to the wrong girl.
Oh, heartburn!
One man will bring her Tums Ultra Strength.
I'm on my way.
Don't get wrecked by heartburn. Nothing works faster than Tums.
Your mustard's fast, but my Tums are faster.
And with Tums on-the-go rolls, it's never been easier to leave heartburn behind.
You did it.
Yeah. You gonna finish that corn dog?
Tums Ultra Strength, available in a store near you.
When posting on most job sites, you get candidates.
I'm the sales director.
I'm the sales director you're looking for.
But when you post on Indeed.com, you get the candidates just right for you.
I'm a sales director with an MBA, over 10 years experience, who's also fluent in Japanese.
With Indeed, you can add screener questions for a less time-consuming route to your short list of qualified candidates.
Arigato.
Hiring's better when you've got your short list. Save time on hiring when you post a job on Indeed. Get started today at Indeed.com/hire.
Honey, it's time. We can't put it off another year. If you've heard this from your spouse lately, then you've probably spent some time outside lamenting the condition of your home. Unattractive siding, old drafty windows. If you can't stand another season with these, call Banner Construction today. Banner is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor, which means we have the expertise to properly install top quality James Hardie fiber cement siding on any home. When you hire Banner, you're not just purchasing products. You're investing in 25 years of home improvement expertise with a company that cares about the final result. Banner also installs James Hardie's Beechworth windows. Beechworth windows are beautiful wood windows with maintenance-free exteriors. Compare to Marvin, Pella, or Renewal by Anderson, and you'll see that Beechworth has the best features from each brand, all in one incredible window. Don't put it off another day. Call Banner Construction at 314-569-1050 and have a Banner day. Call 314-569-1050.
Are you ready for a grand adventure this summer? Get behind the wheel of a new Land Rover Discovery from Land Rover St. Louis. It's the perfect time to try something new and save more than $5,500 off MSRP on a brand new 2017 Discovery. That's a huge savings on a vehicle that has the power and capability to take you on your next adventure. At Land Rover St. Louis, a Plaza Motor Company on Olive Boulevard in Creve Coeur. Stock number HA043491, MSRP $71,264. See dealer for complete details.
Annie Fry here. If you or a loved one are looking for a premier senior living community, you need to know about the Villa at Riverwood, where you can expect to find warm and comfortable accommodations, a caring staff, and the tastiest foods around. The Villa at Riverwood is independent apartment-style living that also offers personal care services to help you stay independent. And it's the area's best value. Find out more by calling 314-839-5000 or go to thevillaatriverwood.com and start living the good life with them.
Imagine today is your last day of work. How does that feel? When that day comes, will you have the money you need to visit your grandchildren or take those trips you've dreamed about? What if you or someone in your family needs help with medical costs? Will you have enough money for that? And most importantly, will you have the money you need to stay retired? How would you feel if you had to go back to work? I'm Lori Heisey. Ken and I started Heisey Advisory Group in 2007 to help families in the St. Louis area find the answers to those questions. We want to help you make plans today so you can work toward having the money you need and want in retirement. Call Heisey Advisory Group today at 314-328-4400 and let us help create a custom retirement roadmap for you. Families helping families. That's what we're all about. 314-328-4400. That's 314-328-4400.
Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC. AEWM and Heisey Advisory Group are not affiliated companies.
Sleep is very important in keeping our little ones healthy and happy. I'm Dr. Joe Oja with the Clayton Sleep Institute. If you have noticed a change in concentration, hyperactivity, or even nighttime snoring, your child may be suffering from a sleep disorder. Pediatric sleep apnea and other sleep disorders often go undiagnosed in children. Sleep specialists at the Clayton Sleep Institute can diagnose children from 2 years of age and up. Call us at 314-645-5855 to find out more.
How much money will you have saved for retirement when you're ready to call it quits? I don't know your exact number, but I'm guessing it'll be the most money you've ever had in your entire life. You've spent decades building that nest egg. Now, how do you protect it from a market correction, taxes, inflation, and high fees? You must have a comprehensive retirement plan, one that shows you how to make smarter investment decisions, one that helps you take control of your taxes in retirement, and one that works in good times and in bad. That's the kind of plan that Steve All and Mel Brandon at the All Financial Group can help you build. Take that first step today by setting up your complimentary retirement review. Call 636-230-8824. That's 636-230-8824 and find out more online at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
The Supreme Court upholds Trump travel ban to protect the nation.
Keeping you informed and up to date.
It's fantastic news. The Supreme Court did a raw ruling here.
Banning Muslims from our country.
The news and talk station for St. Louis.
I was asked to leave because I work for President Trump.
Maxine Waters. If you see anybody in a restaurant and you push back on them, you believe
FM News Talk.
The harassment of political opponents. That's not right.
97.1.
The only way you can take FM News Talk 97.1 with you is the radio.com app, available on your smartphone in the App Store. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
Marc Cox. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Sleep is very important in keeping our little ones healthy and happy. I'm Dr. Joe Oja with the Clayton Sleep Institute. If you have noticed a change in concentration, hyperactivity, or even nighttime snoring, your child may be suffering from a sleep disorder. Pediatric sleep apnea and other sleep disorders often go undiagnosed in children. Sleep specialists at the Clayton Sleep Institute can diagnose children from 2 years of age and up. Call us at 314-645-5855 to find out more.
Make room for summer fun by getting rid of unwanted junk. 1-800-GOT-JUNK is happy to help. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Some fast-moving thunderstorms around in the morning on Thursday. Then skies will clear out a little bit. Partly sunny skies. 92 for the high during the afternoon. Then tonight, mostly clear skies. Very humid. 80. That's it for the overnight low. Friday and Saturday, all about pure summer. Sunny, hot, and humid. 95 to 100 degrees. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray for FM News Talk 97.1.
From the Fox Business Network, New York's Attorney General wants to know how T-Mobile's merger with Sprint would impact pay-as-you-go phone plans. The Wall Street Journal says companies that sell the prepaid services are being asked about their customers and how they price those plans. Together, T-Mobile and Sprint have about 30 million prepaid customers. Sprint also owns Boost Mobile and Virgin Mobile USA. T-Mobile owns Metro PCS. Chipotle Mexican Grill is making major changes, including shutting down 55 to 65 stores with weak sales. Half of the locations will be closed in the next 30 days. The company's new CEO, Brian Nichols, says Chipotle will also step up marketing, enhance digital ordering, and launch a customer loyalty program next year. The Dow was down 165 yesterday, NASDAQ down 116. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Ginny Cosola.
Wildfires, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, a crashing economy. Are you ready? At best, your local stores have a 3-day supply of food. Will your family have to fight over what's left? Be wise and be ready with 25-year shelf life Wise Food Storage. Try it free. Order a no-obligation free sample meal, and for a limited time, get a 10% discount and free shipping on all orders. Call for your free sample now. 800-787-1010. 800-787-1010.
Fox Business, brought to you by Fisher Window and Door Store, your dealer for Marvin Windows and Doors in the St. Louis region. FisherWindow.com. Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Well, it looks like road work is clearing from the fast lane of 70 eastbound around the Missouri River. So if you're tapping on your brakes a little bit, it won't last for too much longer. 270 on the northbound side, right before you get to Tesson Ferry. There is an accident that has been moved off to the shoulder. No delays. 44 on the westbound side at Elm. It's road work in the 2 left lanes. And speaking of road work on 44 westbound at Manchester, starting tonight at 7, 1 lane will be closed on the eastbound side, and then overnight all lanes will be closed. So if that's part of your route in the midnight hour, keep that in mind. Road work, if you're trying to make your way, it's 55 on the northbound side around Butler Hill, but that should be picked up. It was in that right lane as well. I'm Deet for Miles. 97.1 News Time is 5:33.
Hey guys, Glover here for my friends at Zero Res. You get the deal. I'm always going to tell you that it's a good time of year to get your carpets cleaned, and I can make an argument for every month of the year. So let me make that argument for summer. Maybe you are past the graduation parties. Maybe you are having barbecue parties or pool parties, or like me, you have a 13-year-old daughter having parties at the house. It's going to be a great summer for getting people together, whether planned or impromptu. You want your house to look as good as possible, and the best thing you can do is call Zero Res at 314-474-2020 or go online at ZeroResSTL.com. Mention me because they are always going to give you the very best pricing. 3 rooms starting at $129, and they're really easy to work with. If you have a hallway or 2 big rooms or something, they're always going to err on the side of making the Dave Glover fans happy. So call Zero Res 314-474-2020, ZeroResSTL.com. That's ZeroResSTL.com.
Imagine today is your last day of work. How does that feel? When that day comes, will you have the money you need to visit your grandchildren or take those trips you've dreamed about? What if you or someone in your family needs help with medical costs? Will you have enough money for that? And most importantly, will you have the money you need to stay retired? How would you feel if you had to go back to work? I'm Lori Heisey. Ken and I started Heisey Advisory Group in 2007 to help families in the St. Louis area find the answers to those questions. We want to help you make plans today so you can work toward having the money you need and want in retirement. Call Heisey Advisory Group today at 314-328-4400 and let us help create a custom retirement roadmap for you. Families helping families. That's what we're all about. 314-328-4400. That's 314-328-4400.
Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC. AEWM and Heisey Advisory Group are not affiliated companies.
Hey, St. Louis, it's Brian Kilmeade with a reminder to join me each weekday morning from 9 till noon as we cover the biggest and hottest news of the day. We'll even mix in some fun. Kilmeade and Friends, weekdays at 9 a.m. on FM News Talk 97.1.
Marc Cox. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797. The Marc Cox Show.
I want to compliment your show on how fair and level-headed everything you guys talk about.
Who is this guy? He's saying what we've been saying forever.
Maybe what we need from a conservative standpoint is
The Marc Cox Show.
I respect that. We don't agree.
Listen to both sides.
Let's get it on. Is The Marc Cox Show.
Speaker Tim Jones, good morning, my friend. How are you?
Bad and bougie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'm here. Look at that.
Live and in person, Mr. Bad and Bougie. Bad and Bougie as ever.
Mr. Bad and Bougie. That's great. That's my new...
we might have to hear that a few times this morning.
I bet we will. Well, good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you all as well. Everybody's like so confused right now. Like, where's Marc Cox? I got him underneath the table. I got him.
My turn for a few days.
Yeah. No, Mark's on vacay, and Tim Jones is here for the next 7 business days.
That's
How
right.
about that?
Yes.
Yeah. We got a holiday in there. And
we do.
We're all very excited, yeah. And
I expect some donuts at some point.
I'm sure that will happen. I already called Chief Brown, so I said,
"Oh, perfect. We
I
love
said,
him.
I'm filling in, and we'll have you on the radio, but really, we just want food, So.
Please bring us breakfast."
I was telling our coworker Sue the other day. She was talking because she loves food as much as we do, and she's like, "Oh, Mark's leaving. He hasn't brought breakfast in a while." I'm like, "But Tim will be here.
Yes, I will.
Somebody will bring us something at some point next week.
We will be eating something, maybe twice. That would be great.
That sounds good.
Love it.
Boy, I'll tell you what. Almost July. What are we going to talk about today? There's nothing going on. Not much
happened
happening
yesterday at all.
I mean, holy cow! I had trouble keeping up with
Yes.
it. At one point yesterday afternoon, Travis Brown, who's our CEO over at First Rule, where I have the day job, he sent out an email, and it just had 2 words. It just said SCOTUS boom on it. Travis is a lot of fun, and it wasn't because of we'd already had the Janus decision, so we already had a big email chain on that, because that's something we've been following with some of our partners, Illinois Policy Institute, people we work with, and Liberty Justice Center, and we're going to hear from. I'll say that in a minute, but we got a big special guest today. And then the Kennedy
oh my gosh.
resignation came out, and that's
there's been a little bit of speculation there for a little while, but for it to kind of all happen in one day.
I know, and it freaked out. It freaked out everyone, but especially everybody on the left side of the aisle. Like, I think they literally,
what's happening?
I think they lit their hair on fire and just ran around in circles yesterday afternoon. Because they had a really bad week this week, and it's only Thursday. I mean, they have everything from, Trump has taken away the illegal immigration story lasted for what? Not even a week.
Mm-hmm.
That was concocted in the sense of the attention paid to it, because the border, it's not like we suddenly were having a problem at the border and that there were children at the border. I mean, this has been going on for 10 years. And when it was so funny, because when Chris Wallace was interviewing Jay Johnson, I know you all talked about this week, when he was interviewing Jay Johnson, they were showing the B-roll footage about the children at the border, and that was from 2014. It was from Obama, and so this whole child separation issue has been going on forever. Anyway, so Trump took that issue away, so that was gone, and then we started getting all these massive Supreme Court decisions this week. It was one after the other, culminating in the Janus decision yesterday, and then Kennedy announces his retirement. So only political legal geeks like me apparently get this excited about it. But
no, I think it's a big deal.
It is a big deal, right? I mean, because now we're gonna, not only do we have election season, which was going to be enough to cover, but we've got this. We're going to have an epic battle royale on the Supreme Court.
Oh yeah,
pick.
And it took a hot minute before before Democrats were like, well, I think that we should wait until after the midterm elections before anyone is doing anything about who's going to replace Kennedy. It's like, oh yeah, that took 5 seconds.
Yes. And then, Mitch McConnell says that in his, the guy, he's kind of he's not an intimidating person at all, but he's kind of just got that, that gravitas,
Mm-hmm.
and I can see he's very mild mannered, but I can just see him saying, I'm going to shove this so far up your I think he's licking his chops, I think Mitch McConnell's licking his chops, kind of like, I'm so ready for this.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be part of his legacy as well. I mean, Mitch seems to be in great health, and I don't think he has any intention of retiring, but this will be, he's forming the Supreme Court for the next 25, 30 years, because most of the conservatives on there are fairly young. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say it, but there's been a lot of jokes about the Ruth Bader Ginsburg death watch for, they've been talking about her leaving for the last year and a half, and I don't know anything about her health. I just know she's not young. Let's just say that.
She 87 maybe?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know the issues. I think Kennedy was talked about as far as maybe moving on at some point, And so here we go. And so this is really dramatic. Well, we have so I'm in for Mark today and tomorrow and all next week.
Yep.
And I'm excited to be here with you all, and because we have plenty to talk about. We have a huge show today. In the next hour, we're going to talk to Mark Lauder, who I have spoken to on the Tim Jones Show, which runs every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. I should say that because I never mentioned that. So yeah, I'll be doing that. I'll be doing that as well
on Sunday.
Yeah, so
you're gonna be working a lot.
7, 8 shows, 8 shows in the next 9 days.
Are you keeping your day job this week?
Well, hopefully they're not listening. Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, dusk to dawn.
All in.
Yeah, dawn to dusk, I should say. Yeah. The good news is, I mean, yes, and with the day job, I do so much on the cell phone. I mean, with email and text messaging, and we travel a lot, and so we do a lot of our work. We have a great office here in the Richmond Heights area.
Beautiful office.
Yeah. You all have been there. You all have been there. Yeah, with 2 stories, and we've got beautiful production facilities, and we have a lot going on. Yeah, I'll be in and out of that work. But July in the political season. It's an election year, but July always slows down a touch, It's like July and December, those months, because everybody's on vacation and all that.
It's kind of nice, just a little bit of a break.
But I'll be definitely, we'll definitely be first ruling, as we say, throughout the first ruling. So. But no, we have a lot going on too. You had Travis on last week, Travis Brown. Mark interviewed him last week about our Fly 314 project.
Yeah.
Which is very exciting.
Airport privatization, is that what that is?
That's exactly it. That's the big fancy term for we're going to wreck the place and rebuild it. Yeah. It needs it. It needs some love, right?
Yeah.
Lambert
use
could use a little love. It's weird because it's 2 different airports, right? You've got the Terminal 2, which is mainly Southwest, which is much newer and much nicer.
Yes, it is.
In Terminal 1, they keep facelifting it. But after a while, those buildings weren't. The building they built back then was not made to take care of today's air travel needs. With TSA, it wasn't set up. TSA didn't exist. Well, TSA didn't exist when they built that main terminal. And so everything's kind of.
It's very crowded.
It's shoehorned in. Yeah, it's all like, well, we'll stick TSA in this corner, and it's. Every time I go there, I just like, oh, Lord, please help me today, and I seriously mean that. It's really a plea for help. So Mark Lauder in the 6 o'clock hour. Jim Talent joins us in the 7 o'clock hour. Well, Jim, if you all didn't know, is also a very capable attorney, counselor at law. So we'll be able to talk SCOTUS and Kennedy with him easily. Kaylee McEnany also joining us in the 7 o'clock hour, and then in the 8 o'clock hour. Huge special guest today. We have none other than the man himself, Mark Janus of the Janus Decision is going to join us. Yes. I have not spoken to him directly before, but I have been on a conference call with him in the past, and he wasn't just this wasn't some everybody's like saying he's been a patsy for big corporate interests and all that. No, Mark Janus is a smart cookie. He knew exactly what he was doing. Nobody was using him for anything. He was the guy that was like, I'm tired of the government unions taking money out of my government paycheck without me having any say over it whatsoever. That's what this is ultimately about. And I was reading some of the tweets yesterday of some of the labor people, and they were like, this one was so weird. It was like, yeah, the Supreme Court can do whatever it wants, but we'll just keep organizing and collectively bargaining together because love shall prevail. And I'm like, what does love have to do with whether somebody takes money out of my paycheck?
Right.
It's like kind of the opposite of it. It's like you don't love me enough to let me keep it.
That's like the liberal mentality. Insert feelings here. Insert the emotion, no matter what it is, where it is.
And like they're replacing relationships between individual people with the collective Borg of the union. The union's not a cozy, cuddly thing to me. I don't see what it would be to anybody.
No, especially when they're telling you where your money's going to go.
Yeah, it's an organization, and either the organization provides value, and you want to be a member of it and give money to it, or you don't. I mean, I always do the flip test on things, and like, boy, what if corporations, like, what if what if First Rule or Entercom that is under it was our umbrella? What if they were able to say, you know what, this is all hypothetical. Well, we love conservative stuff, and so therefore, if you're going to work here, then we're going to take a chunk of your change out of every paycheck to support Donald Trump. Now, we all love Donald Trump here, but some people may be like, yeah, I love him too, but I don't need to
really want to give him money.
Yeah, I don't want to support it.
So yeah.
Could you imagine the power corporations would really have? You know, the left always says, "Oh, these evil, powerful corporations." Well, that's because they voluntarily do everything, and people believe in it. You know, with the unions, especially the government unions, there's no choice. There was no choice until this Janus decision. It's like, if you were going to work for the government, and that's a big, wide-ranging umbrella. That's everything from working for the government itself, like being a social worker, a caseworker. I think Mark Janus worked in Child Collection Support Services or something like that. We'll ask him about that. Department of Revenue, working in the Labor Department, the Education Department, all the departments of government, Judicial Department, also police, fire, EMS, teachers. And if you remember, the left wants to presume that everybody is happy and birdies are singing and, all those scenes from, I always think of
Snow White.
Yes, Snow White, and also what's supercalifragilistic?
Expialidocious.
Right.
Mary Poppins.
I always think of that scene where they fall into cartoon land.
Yes,
and the little birds are So, they want to act that way, but Rebecca Friedrichs, she was the precursor to Janus. So Rebecca Friedrichs is a teacher in California of all places. And Rebecca Friedrichs started this whole thing about 5 or 6 or 7 years ago. She was the very first case that went all the way to the Supreme Court, and it locked on the 4-4 tie when Scalia died. So Rebecca Friedrichs was Janus before Janus. She said, she was a California teacher, said, I'm really tired of the California public school teachers unions. I don't believe in a lot of what they're doing. I don't think it's good. And I don't want them to continue taking money out of my paycheck to support their causes, which are largely, and you can imagine in California, 99.999% left-wing liberal causes. And I really don't know Rebecca's political philosophy. I've never really seen, I'm sure she's more center, I don't even know if she's center-right, but she's definitely not. She wasn't with the public sector teachers union. And she was the first one to start this. Went all the way to the Supreme Court, and it was locked on 4-4. So people knew that if the Scalia successor was like Scalia, which Gorsuch has generally been, it was likely going to be a 5-4 decision, which is what it was yesterday. So long story short, we're going to speak with the man that started it all, why he did it, give us a recap of what the case was about, and most importantly for you all out there, what happens next? What does this mean for union power? What does this mean for political power? This really resets, I think, the chessboard in many ways moving forward. So we got lots straight ahead. Yes.
We'll be back.
That's for sure. Tim Jones in for Marc Cox. It's the Marc Cox Morning Show all morning this morning at FM News Talk 97.1. We'll be back with so much more ahead, including Mark Lauder in the next hour, Jim Talek, Kaylee McEnany, Mark Janus of the Janus Decision, and Keith Hall of NACE.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
97.1 News Time, 5:49. It's 77 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. A heat advisory has been issued for the St. Louis area from today through Saturday and possibly into Sunday. MoDOT is starting a $1.2 million project in July to add lanes to Route 364 near Mid-Rivers Mall Drive. Police say a driver using fake emergency lights and a police siren to speed past traffic has been charged with falsely impersonating an officer. In sports, the Cardinals lost to the Indians 5-1 last night. They host the Braves tomorrow night. This report brought to you by SmartFares. Want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets? SmartFares can save you up to 70%. Call for special unpublished rates. Save hundreds. 888-789-5040. 97.1 News Time, 5:50. It's 77 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
70 on the northbound side before 44, trying to get rid of an accident that has been moved up on the shoulder, but it's not creating any delay for you, so that's good news. Making your way to the airport this morning on the inner belt on the northbound side, right around the Rock Road. It looks like someone's stalled there, but again, because it's early, not creating a huge delay. I'm Deetra Miles. 97.1 News Time is 5:51.
Make room for summer fun by getting rid of unwanted junk. 1-800-GOT-JUNK is happy to help. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Sleep is very important in keeping our little ones healthy and happy. I'm Dr. Joe Oja with the Clayton Sleep Institute. If you have noticed a change in concentration, hyperactivity, or even nighttime snoring, your child may be suffering from a sleep disorder. Pediatric sleep apnea and other sleep disorders often go undiagnosed in children. Sleep specialists at the Clayton Sleep Institute can diagnose children from 2 years of age and up. Call us at 314-645-5855 to find out more.
How much money will you have saved for retirement when you're ready to call it quits? I don't know your exact number, but I'm guessing it'll be the most money you've ever had in your entire life. You've spent decades building that nest egg. Now, how do you protect it from a market correction, taxes, inflation, and high fees? You must have a comprehensive retirement plan, one that shows you how to make smarter investment decisions, one that helps you take control of your taxes in retirement, and one that works in good times and in bad. That's the kind of plan that Steve All and Mel Brandon at the All Financial Group can help you build. Take that first step today by setting up your complimentary retirement review. Call 636-230-8824. That's 636-230-8824 and find out more online at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
You've heard that mortgage rates are rising after a decade of historic lows. You think you've missed your chance to buy new. Not with Lombardo Homes. Purchase a Lombardo Quick Close home now and receive a 3.75% fixed rate mortgage on Quick Close homes and $3,000 towards closing costs. Or if you're buying a new build home, Keller Williams' The Wilson Group will list your current home at the reduced rate of 3.5% and give you $3,000 in closing costs. But hurry, you can only score this jackpot of an offer if you purchase in June. Visit LombardoHomes.com for more information. Certain qualifications and restrictions apply.
Hey guys, Glover here for my friends at Harry's.com Shaving Supplies. A few things that are not just my opinion, not just me saying how much I love Harry's, which I do. I've been a customer of theirs for years. I knew them way before they knew me. But things that are different about not only the grocery store shaving companies, but the Harry's pretenders, the pretenders to the throne, the people who are now doing online shaving deals like Harry's. First of all, we were the first. We were the best. The owners of Harry's looked into this because they're smart guys, business-minded guys, entrepreneurs, and said people are getting taken advantage of. Second of all, we have the highest quality. We have 100% money-back guarantee. We're less expensive, and we're just, in general, better. If you use DGS when you go to Harry's.com, for a limited time, they have a special offer. New customers get $5 off a shave set from Harry's with DGS as your code. Means you get everything for just $3 plus free shipping when you use DGS at Harry's.com.
Watch the Marc Cox Show live on the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox. Log on to our website or use your mobile device to join the daily live stream and watch the show. It's the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox.
The only way you can take FM News Talk 97.1 with you is the radio.com app, available on your smartphone in the App Store. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere. This hour brought to you by Lance Drury Law. IRS problems? Call local attorney Lance Drury for legal help. 314-260-6120 or go to lancedrurylaw.com.
People, Tim Jones here for Marc Cox. All morning this morning. Do not adjust your radio dial. It's okay. It's okay. Mark will be back in about a week or so. Yeah, I'll be here. Yeah, he's at. You go to the beach. You go to the beach.
Yep, he's at the beach.
Where else would you go in the summer?
Lucky duck.
Right. Yeah. We're doing East Coast this summer.
That'd be fun.
Good for you. Where at?
We're gonna go back to my old stomping grounds. We're gonna start in. So we're gonna fly to New York, and we're gonna start in Manhattan. So we're gonna get the hard stuff out of the way first, because we're taking the girls, of course. So it's all four of us,
so
and
the busy stuff.
We're gonna take the busy, crazy, nutty stuff first. Then we're gonna get out. We're gonna head north. We're gonna go up to Boston.
Nice.
And then we're gonna swing through Vermont and New Hampshire, and then over to Maine.
And so how long is this going to take? Is this like a 2-week thing?
About 9 days.
Okay.
9 days. We're going to end up in Bahaba, as they call it, up in Maine. Now, the girls could care less about most of this, except for, well, actually, they're going to be excited. They're excited to see Statue of Liberty and all that.
Yeah.
But in Vermont, we're going to go see the Ben & Jerry's company store.
Oh,
so,
there.
Yeah, big fans.
Be excited Worth the price of admission there. Yeah, I'd be in.
The whole trip is like, yes, Ben & Jerry's. So, and we'll do so
All
much
about
more.
the ice
And we
cream.
got so much more for you straight ahead. Tim Jones in from Marc Cox. Mark Lauder up after the break. Keep it right here on FM News Talk 97.1.
Are you nearing retirement and wondering if you can afford to retire? Are you worried that you won't have enough income in retirement to live the same lifestyle as you are now? Are you also wondering how the stock market will affect your current retirement plan? This is Thomas Helbig of the Retirement Advisory Group, and we'd like to show you the kind of income your retirement accounts can provide, whether you're retiring now or even in the next 5 years. Call us now at 314-993-9494 for a no-cost, no-obligation financial review. We'll build your own personalized structured income plan that will show you exactly the type of retirement you can count on. And just for coming in, we'll give you a copy of my best-selling book, The Boomer's Guide to a Worry-Free Retirement. We've been helping retirees and pre-retirees achieve a worry-free retirement for 30 years. Call us now at 314-993-9494. That's 314-993-9494 or visit yourretirementkey.com. Once again, that's 314-993-9494 or visit yourretirementkey.com.
Hey, Tim Jones here from my guys at Universal Windows Direct. I've been telling you about Universal Windows Direct and their quality windows. You know they're going to make your home more beautiful and more energy efficient. They've got the patented Super Spacer technology, rated one of the best options on the market for energy conservation. Did you know they've also got an amazing warranty, the true lifetime warranty for as long as you own your home and 30 years to the next homeowner? That makes these windows the last windows you'll ever need. They're going to save you money, make your home more beautiful too. Every window is custom made from wood trim to premium vinyl and the added security of the cam style locks. Call my guys at Universal Windows Direct because right now for every window you buy, the next one's free. There's no limits, 0% financing for 36 months, free installation backed up by that true lifetime warranty. Call to schedule your free in-home estimate today, 314-878-0300. Go to universalwindowsstlouis.com. They're so busy right now, they're hiring window and door installers at top pay, a substantial signing bonus, unlimited year-round work. Want to work for a great company? 314-878-0300. Ask for Stephanie at Universal Windows
Listen
Direct.
to why Alan from Glen Carbon trusted Michael Mohan from Community Mortgage with his home purchase.
We had a complicated situation. We needed a loan to purchase the home that we were living in. And because of these circumstances, I really didn't know which way to turn. And I heard his commercial on the radio. So I just thought, I'm going to give him a call. I was impressed from the moment we began to talk. And from step 1 through step 10, everything worked out perfectly. We got a 15-year loan, which was right where we wanted to be. And the interest rate was fantastic. There's a lot of people that do what Michael does, but he adds a professionalism and is able to create an atmosphere of friendship. It puts a person at ease. Everything was done, and he pointed to a number, and he said, "You see that number?" And it was a 0, just like his commercial promised.
Call Michael Mohan at Community Mortgage, 314-336-6050 or at communitymortgagestl.com. Community Mortgage LLC, NMLS 224143 and 250353.
KFTK FM, Florissant. KFTK AM East St. Louis. K254CR St. Louis.
The Marc Cox Show, brought to you by Thomas Helbig, the official St. Louis financial advisor of The Marc Cox Show.
Find everything Marc Cox at 971talk.com/Cox. FM News Talk 97.1.
A radio.com station.
Who's next on the Supreme Court? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Justice Kennedy's retirement makes the issue of Senate control one of the vital issues of our time.
President Trump at a rally in North Dakota last night. Who he chooses to replace Kennedy is going to be a political battle. Fox's John Decker live at the White House.
President Trump now has the chance to shift the Supreme Court's ideological balance more to the right for decades to come.
We have to pick a great one. We have to pick one that's going to be there for 40 years, 45 years. We need intellect.
The president has promised to choose Kennedy's successor from the same list of 25 conservative judges from which he picked Neil Gorsuch in February of last year. The White House says it wants to get started on the confirmation process as soon as possible. Dave?
And John, Senate Republicans hope to have a justice confirmed in the fall, perhaps in time for the court's next term in October. Democrats say no.
Our Republican colleagues in the Senate
should follow the rule they set in 2016, not to consider a Supreme Court justice in an election year.
Minority Leader Chuck Schumer referencing how Obama nominee Merrick Garland was not considered, allowing President Trump to pick Neil Gorsuch. The president last night was rallying for Kevin Cramer, a Republican trying to take Democratic Senator Heidi Heitkamp's seat in November.
I will tell you, she'll vote no the day after the election on everything.
Now, the president's planning a meeting with Russian President Putin, and we now know it'll take place in Helsinki, Finland. The date will be announced later today. The defense secretary is now in Japan after Jim Mattis visited South Korea.
U.S. commitment to the Republic of Korea remains ironclad.
Mattis says that includes keeping U.S. troop levels in South Korea the same. Earlier this month, President Trump halted military exercises with South Korea after his meeting with Kim Jong-un, and the president no longer believes North Korea is a nuclear threat. Fox News. Fair and balanced.
Listen, my life changed because someone was there to get me to use drugs. No one can understand. Whether or not they've struggled with addiction themselves, people seem to think that having someone who will listen is gonna help make it better. I'm realizing that I need help.
I'm listening.
I need help. I'm realizing that I think that having someone who will listen is going to help make it better. Whether or not they've struggled with addiction themselves, people seem to understand. No one can get me to use drugs. My life changed because someone was there to listen.
1 in 7 Americans will struggle with addiction during their lifetime. Want to know how you can help? Go to heretolisten.com for tips and tools to help turn addiction around. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
97.1 News Time, 6:03. I'm Denise Schaefer. Here's the official forecast from Fox News, Dave Murray. Scattered storms possible this morning, then partly sunny, hot, humid this afternoon, high of 92. Clear tonight, low around 80. Mostly sunny, hot and humid tomorrow with a high of 98. It's 77 degrees right now, and this report brought to you by Community Mortgage. Lending with extraordinary service. Call Michael Mohan at 314-336-6000 or visit communitymortgagestl.com. A heat advisory has been issued for the St. Louis area from today through Saturday and possibly into Sunday. The heat index will range from 100 to 110 degrees, and the humidity will be excessive. A new report draws a close connection between cancer and Coldwater Creek. The Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry conducted a 2-year health assessment and concluded that radioactive waste in the creek could have increased the risk of developing certain types of cancer for those who lived nearby or played in the creek. Another public meeting will be held from 5 to 8 tonight at St. James United Methodist Church in Florissant. MoDOT is adding lanes to Route 364 near Mid-Rivers Mall Drive. The Page extension is now the busiest route between St. Charles County and St. Louis County. The number of drivers has more than doubled since the highway was completed a few years ago. Construction on the $1.2 million project will start in July. Police say a driver using fake emergency lights and a police siren to speed past traffic has been charged. Police were getting calls about the vehicle, and it was spotted again on I-70 near Cave Springs Wednesday morning. 25-year-old Michael Wallace has been charged with falsely impersonating an officer and driving with a suspended license. This report brought to you by 24/7 Diabetic Health Hotline. Diabetics with Medicare can now receive free delivery of their supplies. Little to no out-of-pocket cost. 800-430-7923. 97.1 News Time, 6:04. It's 77 degrees. Sports is brought to you by RP Lumber. Best service, best value. The Cardinals lost to the Indians 5-1 at Busch Stadium last night. Starter Jack Flaherty went 4 innings, his shortest outing this season, as the Cardinals had their 4-game winning streak come to an end. Matt Carpenter walked, doubled, and scored, and Jose Martinez hit an RBI single. The Cardinals are off today. They start a 3-game home series against the Braves tomorrow night. This report brought to you by Brinton Vision, the dawn of a new era in visual correction, BrintonVision.com. 97.1 News Time, 6:05. It's 77 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Well, it looks like everything is pretty much flowing decently on the roads this morning. 270 northbound before Tesson Ferry. There was an accident off on the shoulder, not showing that to be a problem for you. I'm not even showing a heavy volume there at all, so that's good. If you're using that and passing 6440, all of that looking great for you. No issues as you make your way from Wentzville through O'Fallon and St. Charles. All of that wide open as well on 70 eastbound. Page Extension is wide open this morning as well. Look out on the inner belt on the southbound side, 270. There's a broken down vehicle off on the shoulder. It looks like someone is walking around waiting for some assistance. So don't let that catch you off guard. Just slow down just a little bit as you make your way. 55 southbound at Lindbergh, a tractor trailer reported to be on fire. I'm not showing a whole bunch of volume surrounding that, but if you're approaching, well, and you see extra activity, well, now you know why. I'm Deetra Miles. 97.1 News Time is 6:06.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Some fast-moving thunderstorms around in the morning on Thursday. Then skies will clear out a little bit. Partly sunny skies. 92 for the high during the afternoon. Then tonight, mostly clear skies. Very humid. 80. That's it for the overnight low. Friday and Saturday, all about pure summer. Sunny, hot, and humid. 95 to 100 degrees. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray for FM News Talk 97.1.
It's 6:06 and 78 degrees, and FM News Talk 97.1 is now available on radio.com. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
I don't know about you, but I've always wanted to try one of those memory foam mattresses, and I'm going to do that at Midwest Clearance Center, where they've got great prices on these mattresses. They've got some up there with this cooling technology where you lay on it, and it cools your body as you lay there. It'll be perfect for the summer, won't it? That's going to be great. If you're shopping for a mattress, if you're shopping for a sofa, a bedroom, a kitchen and dining room set, your home office, they've got over 80,000 furniture items, brand name furniture and mattress items at the Midwest Clearance Center. They keep a low overhead and they save you money, 40 to 70% off retail prices. They've even got a truck right there on site, a U-Haul truck that they can rent you to haul your stuff home when you buy it. They've got 5 great locations. They're in Hazelwood at the Mills Mall, St. Peters, Fenton. They're in Columbia, Missouri, and they're in Fairview Heights, Illinois. All their locations open 7 days a week. Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, Sundays, 11 to 5. Check out the Midwest Clearance Center or go online and look at mwbeds.com.
Earnings vary based on your effort. Message and data rates may apply. Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses right here in St. Louis? If so, we have an amazing opportunity for you. We're looking for a small group of motivated individuals to join our real estate investing team. You'll learn our simple 3-step system for flipping homes right here in the local area. This is Than Merrill, star of A&E's hit TV show Flip This House. My team and I are looking for a handful of people in the St. Louis area who want to learn how to make money flipping houses in your spare time using other people's money. St. Louis is a perfect market for my system, and this week I'm holding a free 2-hour educational workshop where you will learn how to make money flipping homes and how to build long-term wealth with income properties.
To get 2 free tickets to Than's workshop, text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000. Seating is extremely limited, so text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000 right now because this free ticket offer expires this Friday. Just text your zip code to 82,000.
This hour, Making America Great, brought to you by Proctor Drapery, Blind, Shades, and Shutters. Making your home great again. ProctorDrapery.com. It's Proctor, spelled like doctor.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
So the question is who you put up. Because that's how I see it. I don't see it as starting out saying, I don't care who you put up, I'm holding the seat. That was what Mitch McConnell did. He said, you send me anybody. If it comes from Barack Obama, there's a 2-letter answer, and the answer's no. I think that's wrong. But I do think you send a Neil Gorsuch to us, and the answer is no. We do hearings, we do it substantively, the answer would be no.
Well, even a broken clock is right twice a day, I guess. And even though Elizabeth Warren said a lot of things there that I disagree with, she did say, okay, what you take out of that, she said it's wrong for Democrats to oppose a Supreme Court nominee just because it's being proposed.
Right. That was surprisingly reasonable.
Yeah, I've never heard her so reasonable.
I didn't think I'd say that about her.
It was kind of strange. Well, hey, we're going to talk to our next guest about that here in a second. Tim Jones here for Marc Cox. Marc Cox in the mornings. Mark will be back in about a week or so. I'll be filling in tomorrow and next week, which is wonderful. We're heading into holiday week next week. It's going to be a weird holiday week, and with the holiday
on Wednesday, right smack in the middle. Yeah,
I think therefore people should just take off the whole week. You know?
And listen to us.
All right, so you're going to be here, but we're not. Is that what you're telling us? Like,
I don't know how to.
All right, ladies, you're off for the next week.
I don't know what it is
Thanks,
you do.
Tim.
But yeah, I don't know what you do over there, though.
Do a little crash course Friday before we leave.
Good luck.
Just a few buttons.
And then Denise does all this stuff, and she writes things, and I wouldn't know where to. I could just ramble. You know?
Got this.
Exactly.
I have faith in you, Tim.
Okay,
There'd be no news, no traffic, no nothing, no nothing but Tim talking for hours and hours and hours.
It's Tim again.
It's like my wife's worst nightmare, you know. So, poor Suzanne.
That's why she's happy when you're here, right?
That's
because
right.
you come home and you're
That's
like, I
right.
did that already. I don't have to talk anymore.
All talked out. Go sit in the corner. So,
Love it.
Yeah, well, let's get to our next guest, Marc Lotter, about that. Marc Lotter joins us now. He's the former special assistant to the president, press secretary, and former press secretary for Vice President Mike Pence. And Marc, good morning. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Tim. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, good to speak with you again. You and I have spoken. It's been a while, but you've spoken with me on my Sunday night show a couple times. So thanks for joining us here again this morning. So
happy to do so.
Absolutely. And you can follow Marc at Marc_Lotter, Lotter on Twitter. And yeah, Marc, I was just checking out your Twitter feed, see what you're focused on. Of course, you're focused on what everybody's focused on, which is So, Marc, I'm also an attorney by trade as well, and I don't remember this much of this is a consequential week for the Supreme Court, from the rulings to the announcement that Justice Kennedy is going to resign at the end of this term. I mean, I don't remember a week that's been this consequential from our third branch of government in a very long time.
It really is remarkable, and it shows the faith that people put in President Trump when they elected him in 2016. He's delivered on that, not only at the Supreme Court, but with a record number of judicial appointments at the district level and the appeals court level, and the opportunity to fill the seat by Justice Kennedy will make sure that there is a conservative view on the Supreme Court that believes in the Constitution the way it's written, not the way liberals hope it to be, will remain for decades beyond President Trump's term in office.
Yeah, absolutely true. Marc, you were directing people on your Twitter feed this morning about there's a story in the Washington. So we just played Elizabeth Warren, who I just said, I guess a broken clock is right twice a day. The sum and substance of her statement was, you should at least have the hearings and let the people come forward and judge them on their merit versus just this. The Democrats are throwing around this fake notion that Republicans somehow said you should never consider a Supreme Court nominee in an election year. And the Washington Post article that you had tweeted out was Washington Post agrees with us as well, and they're really grasping at straws. So what is it so Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi are trying to make this about one thing when there's no reason why we shouldn't consider a Supreme Court nominee put up by the president this year, correct?
Absolutely not. Senator McConnell was very clear back in 2016 that it was during a presidential election year when the president is the person who actually makes the nomination with the advice and consent of the Senate, that we should allow the voters to decide which president would make that choice. He never said anything about midterm election years. And in fact, let's not forget that Justice Elena Kagan was nominated and confirmed by Barack Obama in a Democratic Senate in 2010 during his first midterm as president of the United States. So it's just another example of the Democrats being willing to say and lie about anything, just trying to resist this president. And when they get called out by the Washington Post, they're having a bad day.
Yeah, exactly. And they really are hoping that Democrats always hope that people's political memories are extremely short because Democrats never want to do as they say. Just, never want to do as they do. Just do as I say. And today we're going to say this, so everyone should do it this way. They're always changing their minds. They're always moving the ball. And for once, they've got a president in the White House they have to deal with that doesn't play that game. He fights back. He calls them out. And I don't see any reason why this shouldn't move forward. So, Mark, two Supreme Court picks. You started off by saying, a lot of people, a lot of times, that's an argument during the campaign. And then, we don't see the Supreme Court much. They're not on the news every day. It's only when these big decisions come out. We're now seeing the results of a Donald Trump presidency as it relates to the Supreme Court, are we not? And this is going to be extremely consequential to have a second pick within 2 years.
It's absolutely monumental. And we saw it on full display just this week when the Supreme Court ruled that the rule of law matters when it comes to national security and the president's ban, which stops people who are not properly vetted from coming into our country. We saw it on full display when the Supreme Court told the state of California that you cannot force religious organizations who are providing health insurance from actively having to promote abortion when it is against their religious view. We also saw it yesterday when the Supreme Court ruled that you cannot force people to join and pay for union membership and groups that they don't support just because they happen to be employees. That's fundamentally against the First Amendment, and the Supreme Court struck that down as well. So this is how the American people are winning under the president's leadership. He's going to show it again when he picks another strong conservative to fill that vacancy. And I got to be honest with you, I think this pick is basically going to be like a air traffic controller giving Claire McCaskill's private jet clearance to take off for retirement. She already voted against Neil Gorsuch, and I can't imagine she's going to flip unless she's so politically motivated and worried about keeping power that she's going to support the president's next pick.
Yeah, Mark, let's talk about that. I'm speaking to Mark Lauder, former special assistant to the president and press secretary for Vice President Mike Pence. Mark, we're going to have many epic Senate races in this nation this year, and none more so than right here in the heartland, the state of Missouri. Claire McCaskill, the most 2 months in a row now, the senator with the lowest approval rating in the country at 38%. And it's going to be an epic battle. Boy, she was probably not happy yesterday to hear about Kennedy because it's going to put her under the gun and in the spotlight again, isn't it? And she already voted no on Gorsuch. She already voted no on the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, real tax reform and real money in the pocket of hardworking Missourians. Mark, she's really going to seal her own doom, I think, if she just runs with the party here and votes no on whoever the president puts up.
I think you're absolutely right. And even if for some strange reason she breaks with her leaders, Chuck Schumer, Maxine Waters, and Nancy Pelosi, and votes for the nominee, we can't forget about that record because she talks like someone from Missouri when she's there, but she votes like someone from Chuck Schumer's wing and Nancy Pelosi's wing of the Democratic Party when she's in Washington. We can't just let one vote, even if it's right before an election, make people forget what she truly stands for. And this is disastrous news for her and for the other Democrats who have opposed this president time and time again, the 10 of them that are from states that the president solidly won. And let's just remember that we need this going forward because there will be more judges to confirm. There will be more opportunities that we need the United States Senate to take action. And if we were just had one more Democrat or Republican senator as opposed to a Democrat, Obamacare would be gone already.
Boy,
that's how important this is.
You're right about that. And Mark, boy, I think this is like I said, the Supreme Court sometimes gets put in the way back of people's minds after elections, and I think this is a wonderful reminder this week during an election year of the policy decisions that the Supreme Court affects. And let's talk for a minute about that Janus decision. I'm actually going to have Mark Janus on later in the show. And I've heard him speak before. He's extremely knowledgeable about these issues and the case that was before the Supreme Court. But Mark, talk about now that we're post Janus, the wide-ranging effect that this is going to have on the nation, it really, unions are so good at exempting themselves from every type of campaign finance law that every other individual and corporation is subject to. This is for the first time going to make them actually work for the campaign dollars that they're so good at spending, isn't it?
You're absolutely right. And one of the things that gets overlooked, and while the national media, focus, and I think they've talked about the teachers' unions, have said they're going to lose hundreds of thousands of members because of this decision. No, you're going to lose hundreds of thousands of members because you don't represent those members. They don't agree with the things that you agree with. And forcing people to join organizations that they don't support is un-American. So when you talk about these unions these public sector unions that are going to lose members, it's because they don't represent the best interests of those members and people don't want to join. We saw the same thing happen when I worked for the governor of Indiana, and we eliminated public sector unions, made it voluntary. I think 95% of people immediately opted out as soon as they were not forced to do it anymore. That's because they didn't represent what they wanted.
Absolutely. The Democratic Party always talks about
freedom of choice.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, Mark. They always talk about being the party of choice, but they really don't mean that except in one circumstance. This is finally going to give workers a choice.
Correct. And if you want to join the union, you're still free to do so, but you're not going to be forced to do it anymore, and that's the key.
Absolutely. Hey, Marc Lotter, thanks so much. It was great talking to you again. Excellent information, and we'll keep following you on Twitter at Marc_Lotter. Mark, thanks again. We'll speak to you in the near future.
Thank you, Tim.
That's Marc Lotter on a SCOTUS-tastic week that it was. A Scotacular.
Has been indeed.
Yes, it is. Tim Jones in for Marc Cox, the Marc Cox Morning Show. We'll be back with more on SCOTUS, Janus, and everything. But Scott, hang on the line. I'll try to answer your question about why do Supreme Court judges become more liberal over time. Great question, Scott. We'll get to that when we come back here at FM News Talk 97.1.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
97.1 News Time, 6:23 at 78 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. A heat advisory has been issued for the St. Louis area from today through Saturday, possibly into Sunday. MoDOT is starting a $1.2 million project in July to add lanes to Route 364 near Mid-Rivers Mall Drive. Lambert's Cafe in Ozark is facing a lawsuit that claims one of its hot rolls caused second-degree burns for a mentally disabled veteran. In sports, the Cardinals lost to the Indians 5-1 last night. They host the Braves tomorrow night. This report brought to you by Meineke. Gearing up for a summer road trip? Get your vehicle road trip ready with a free AC check or $19.95 basic oil change at Meineke. Book your appointment online today at Meineke.com. 97.1 News Time, 6:23. It's 78 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings, 270 on the northbound side, not showing a huge delay. There was an earlier problem before 44 off on the shoulder, but again, not showing that to be an issue. If you're further up, right around 6440 to take the ramp, it looks like we do have a problem right there on that ramp at 270 northbound to take 6440 westbound, so keep that in mind. 70 on the eastbound side as you do make your way past 79 and on past 370 through St. Charles. No delays this morning. 270 on the eastbound side approaching the inner belt southbound, using that to make your way to the airport this morning. It looks like it's rolling pretty good as well. 55 on the southbound side as you do approach Carondelet Boulevard. It looks like a fender bender had just been moved off to the shoulder. Weekdays from 11 to 2, take advantage of the new 15-minute lunch guarantee, or it's free. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, Beer, Sports. See restaurant for details. I'm Deetra Miles. 97.1 News Time is 6:24.
How many times have you had to hire someone and you've got a stack of resumes on your desk and, a couple of them are probably qualified but just don't seem to be the right fit? Maybe that's because you're not reaching the right people. LinkedIn Jobs can help you reach the right people because 70% of the workforce is already on LinkedIn. How do you beat that, right? So you can chance it. You can post your job to a place where people may or may not check every day if they're looking for a job, or you can post it on LinkedIn where 9 out of the 10 members are open to new opportunities, and yet most aren't visiting job boards. So get your job in front of the right people. You can only reach those right people on LinkedIn. LinkedIn Jobs intelligently targets potential candidates based on insights from their behavior on LinkedIn. Only LinkedIn has this information. It's the best way to find the person to help you grow your business. Go to linkedin.com/971. You'll get $50 off your first job post right now. LinkedIn.com/971 to save $50 right now.
If you're not feeling your best, you might have low testosterone. Here's Mentality founders Kevin Moret and David Jansen.
Dave, when people show up at your office and they say, I think I have low T, what are the major symptoms you hear them say they have?
The main one is fatigue. They feel like they need more energy for their life, their job, their family. They feel like when they're working out in the gym, the same things that used to give them results don't give them the results that they want anymore. They need more mental clarity at their job. They feel like they're not focusing the way they used to. These are guys that are getting out there still wanting to achieve goals and make the best of their lives.
Every guy can benefit from testosterone treatment if their testosterone's low. And if you have insurance, that testosterone treatment can be covered by insurance.
Yes, it can. It depends on how the doctors are doing the medicine. We follow the Endocrine Society guidelines, make sure that everything's done the right way.
We know that it's FDA-approved meds. Board-certified doctors are doing it, and they're going to get the treatment that they need. So, Dave, here in St. Louis, lowtusa.com.
You can go on there, find both of our locations.
lowtusa.com.
The only way you can take FM News Talk 97.1 with you is the radio.com app, available on your smartphone in the App Store. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere. Follow us on social media for conservative news and opinion with behind-the-scenes photos and content from all of our shows. Your online destination for everything 97.1. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and 971talk.com. Younger, smarter, better.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
So I just wanted to do that before we, focus, and we'll have lots of time to focus on possible nominees. I know the list. I know several people on the list, like Jeff. Several people on the list are my former students, and the ones whom I know on the list are actually very impressive people. I'm a Democrat. I voted for Hillary Clinton, but the list is a distinguished list, and even if the person picked is to the right of Justice Kennedy on some issues, some of them are actually his former law clerks, that would only mean, frankly, from just a political science perspective, that the middle of the court shifts to John Roberts. It doesn't shift all the way to the furthest right person on the court, and that's the new swing justice. There will always be a swing justice.
So you have called for a number of things.
Yeah, so that was very liberal law professor, self-described Democratic Yale law professor Aki Amar, who is praising Donald Trump's list of candidates. And Donald Trump put out a list of 25 candidates, and everybody's having a trouble arguing with the candidates. They don't like the timing of it, is really the thing.
Right. Yep.
They're PO'd that this is happening in election year. Well, here's the two things. It's not a presidential election year, number one. Donald Trump's going to be the president, so he can choose these people now or he can put them up later. And here's another thing why Democrats are really going to lose in this. The Senate's not going to change. Actually, their argument is stupid because I really think the Senate is going to have more Republicans in it. I really do. After this election.
Same thing. I thought that's a real crapshoot.
The argument's hollow.
On November.
Yeah.
Because it might not go that way for them.
The House might flip, and we'll talk about that later, but that has nothing to do with Supreme Court nominees. I mean, it's all in the Senate. So, Scott, if you can hang on through this break, I talked too long in the last one.
You had a good guess.
Yeah, Scott, hang on through this break. I did find, I had some opinions on this, and I found a couple articles that kind of supported that. Scott wants to know, why do Supreme Court judges become more liberal over time? That's been true with some, not with others. Scalia never became more liberal. He was just strict constructionist. But like Kennedy was supposed to be a conservative justice who became a swing vote. He was known as the swing vote. Why does that happen? And there's two major reasons for that. Scott, I'll pick you up on the backside, and we'll discuss that. Tim Jones in for Marc Cox all morning this morning at FM News Talk 97.1.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Some fast-moving thunderstorms around in the morning on Thursday. Then skies will clear out a little bit, partly sunny skies. 92 for the high during the afternoon. Then tonight, mostly clear skies. Very humid, 80. That's it for the overnight low. Friday and Saturday, all about pure summer. Sunny, hot, and humid, 95 to 100 degrees. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray for FM News Talk 97.1.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. Senate Democrats want any vote on a Supreme Court nominee to wait until after the elections, like how Republicans blocked President Obama's nominee in 2016.
Millions of people are just months away from determining the senators who should vote to confirm or reject the president's nominee.
Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, but the top Senate Republican Mitch McConnell says,
"We will vote to confirm Justice Kennedy's successor this fall."
President Trump says he has a list of 25 judges who could take Justice Kennedy's seat. The First Lady's going back to the border.
Melania Trump is expected to head to Tucson today to tour a facility holding immigrant families. She visited a facility in McAllen, Texas last week to see the conditions of those detained children. That trip was overshadowed by a jacket she wore that had the words, "I really don't care, do you?" written across the back.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Fox News. We report, you decide.
.97.1 News Time, 6:31. It's 78 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and this report brought to you by Chesterfield Fence and Deck. The sign you have the very best in fences, decks, patios, and sunrooms. A heat advisory has been issued for the St. Louis area from today through Saturday and possibly into Sunday. The heat index will range from 100 to 110 degrees, and the humidity will be excessive. MoDOT is adding lanes to Route 364 near Mid-Rivers Mall Drive. The Page extension is now the busiest route between St. Charles County and St. Louis County. The number of drivers has more than doubled since the highway was completed a few years ago. Construction on the $1.2 million project will start in July. Police say a driver using fake emergency lights and a police siren to speed past traffic has been charged. Police were getting calls about the vehicle and was spotted again on I-70 near Cave Springs Wednesday morning. 25-year-old Michael Wallace has been charged with falsely impersonating an officer and driving with a suspended license. In sports, the Cardinals lost to the Indians 5-1 last night. They host the Braves tomorrow night. 97.1 News Time, 6:32.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Sponsored by Meineke. Well, if you're trying to make your way on 61 on the southbound side around Flint Hill on towards Wentzville, a huge accident right there has you being diverted. So trying to use that stretch right now, not looking too great at all. And then you're dealing with the onlooker delay there on the northbound side. So again, 61 southbound around Flint Hill, right around P. Not looking too great. An accident where you're having to be diverted. Injuries have been reported. 270 on the northbound side, starting to see a little bit of volume right before you get to Gravois. Once you pass that, it looks like it's pretty open for you. 270 southbound between 70 and Dorset. It's construction that has you delayed at the moment with the 5-lane, 3-lane highway situation. As you make your way on the Illinois side, 5570 towards the Poplar, well, you're seeing some heavy volume there. Gearing up for a summer road trip, get your vehicle road trip ready with a free AC check or $19.95 basic oil change at Meineke. Book your appointment online today at Meineke.com. I'm Deetra Miles. 97.1 News Time is 6:33.
I love telling you about my friends Rick and Tracy Ellis because when it comes to real estate, they're the best. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, and whatever your price range, Rick and Tracy will represent your best interest. You deserve a full-time real estate agent that's dedicated to excellent customer service with more than 20 years of experience that offers a great commission and the best marketing approach around. That's the Rick and Tracy Ellis team with Keller Williams Chesterfield, the #1 real estate office in St. Louis. You know, if you want your home marketed to the largest possible audience at a great commission, you need Rick and Tracy. And time is running out for this great offer, but for the rest of June, they're offering to sell your home for a 5% commission, so make sure you take advantage of that offer. Rick and Tracy know how to get your home noticed. Your home will be marketed on their radio shows, in their magazine, on social media, and a variety of websites. They've been a part of the 97.1 family for more than 5 years. The Rick and Tracy Ellis Show can be heard right here on FM News Talk 97.1, Saturdays at 9 and Sundays at 10. And remember, you can text Ellis to 59559 to get information on any property at all. That's Ellis to 59559. The Rick and Tracy Ellis team, TracyEllis.com.
Earnings vary based on your effort. Message and data rates may apply. Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses right here in St. Louis? If so, we have an amazing opportunity for you. We're looking for a small group of motivated individuals to join our real estate investing team. You'll learn our simple 3-step system for flipping homes right here in the local area. This is Stan Merrill, star of A&E's hit TV show Flip This House. My team and I are looking for a handful of people in the St. Louis area who want to learn how to make money flipping houses in your spare time using other people's money. St. Louis is a perfect market for my system, and this week I'm holding a free 2-hour educational workshop where you will learn how to make money flipping homes and how to build long-term wealth with income properties.
To get 2 free tickets to Than's workshop, text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000. Seating is extremely limited, so text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000 right now because this free ticket offer expires this Friday. Just text your zip code to 82,000.
Hey, loved going down and meeting the folks at Dave Sinclair Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Pacific the other day. In fact, I was anxious to drive something new. I drove a 2019 Dodge Ram 1500 limited edition, and let me tell you what, sweet. This thing's got a computer screen in it the size of my computer monitor. It's unbelievable. This truck is beautiful. Raises and lowers to help you get in the truck. Drives like $1 million, gets good gas mileage. You need to check that out if you're in the business or looking for a new truck. They got lots of them down there. Here's what else they do. Unlike any other dealer that I know of, they have non-commissioned salespeople, right? Takes all the pressure off of you and the salespeople, for that matter. Plus, they do upfront appraisals on your trade. When you drive it onto the lot, they'll tell you up front what they give you for it. You don't have to wait until you're going through the buying process later to think that they're not giving you the true numbers. They're going to give it to you up front when you arrive on the lot. Why? Because their customers told them that's what they like. Go visit Dave Sinclair, one exit past Six Flags on 44 on West Osage Street in Pacific. It's DaveSinclairDodge.com.
Honey, it's time. We can't put it off another year. If you've heard this from your spouse lately, then you've probably spent some time outside lamenting the condition of your home. Unattractive siding, old drafty windows. If you can't stand another season with these, call Banner Construction today. Banner is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor, which means we have the expertise to properly install top quality James Hardie fiber cement siding on any home. When you hire Banner, you're not just purchasing products. You're investing in 25 years of home improvement expertise with a company that cares about the final result. Banner also installs James Hardie's Beechworth windows. Beechworth windows are beautiful wood windows with maintenance-free exteriors. Compare to Marvin, Pella, or Renewal by Anderson, and you'll see that Beechworth has the best features from each brand, all in one incredible window. Don't put it off another day. Call Banner Construction at 314-569-1050. And have a banner day. Call 314-569-1050.
Watch the Marc Cox Show live on the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox. Log on to our website or use your mobile device to join the daily live stream and watch the show. It's the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox.
Marc Cox. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797. Facebook, Facebook.com/The Marc Cox Show.
I can show you what you want to see and take you where you want to be. You could be my luck. Even if the sky is falling down, I know that we'll be safe and sound.
I've said that it's time for Democrats to throw down. And what I mean by that is that we've been playing by the rule book, and Donald Trump and Republicans have been playing by street rules. We need to play by street rules.
They've been playing by the rule book? On what planet? That was some MSNBC guest. I never heard of her. Donna Edwards. You guys are Donna Edwards?
I hadn't.
No.
Anyway, street rules. Yeah, like the Maxine mob, right?
Exactly.
What a week, huh?
That's helpful.
Yeah, that's helpful. Yeah, it's number one, it's not true what she said at all. They have been playing by street rules, and we, the Republican Party, collective we. When I always say we, people say, "What do you have, a mouse in your pocket?" You know?
Maybe.
Do you?
Oh, that's what that noise is.
So, they've been playing by the Saul Alinsky playbook forever, which is the ultimate street rules in the left-wing liberal sphere. And we finally have a president who's a counterpuncher. President Trump is a counterpuncher. He rarely starts a fight. But if you're going to drag him into a fight, he's going to fight back. And now the Democrats are doing things like assaulting people while they're trying to have a meal or go to the movie theater. Or I know Pam Bondi. I've met her many times. Did you guys talk about that this week? I heard Mark mentioning it a few times. So Pam Bondi is the Attorney General from the state of Florida.
In Florida, yep.
And she's one of the most pleasant people you could ever meet. But she's tough. She's a tough lawyer. She's an attorney general, and she's been down there for, I think, at least 2 terms. And she's very well respected in the Republican Attorney Generals Association world. And she and her, I think it's her boyfriend. I think she's divorced. And this guy, I've met him too. He's a really nice guy too. They've been together a long time. They were just trying to go see a movie.
Mr. Rogers.
Frickin' Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
And she got assaulted by the peace-loving, inclusive left-wingers at this movie theater. This woman, and they got someone spit on her. And I'm just like, how is that love, not hate? You know, that's their signs, right? Love, not. How is that love, not hate? And Pam Bondi, I mean, what did she do to you? She's enforcing the law. I haven't heard her as doing anything radical other than enforce the law. But see, the libs don't want law enforcement these days. They want open borders. They want a nation without any rules whatsoever. So, and we're seeing the rule of law established very much this week with these Supreme Court rulings. However, a lot of times people get concerned about, is the appointment going to be what we think the appointment is? And liberals could yell and scream and kick and shout, and with somebody who's allegedly conservative, and then over time, like Kennedy, they could become a swing voter. And so it seems like there's much ado about nothing, because you really don't exactly know how these people, they have ultimate freedom. Supreme Court judges, they're nominated, they're chosen for life. They really can't be kicked out, and they can
a lot of power.
Kind of do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So. Hey, Scott, good morning. Welcome to Marc Cox in the Morning. How you doing?
Good morning, folks. I've got a couple theories on it, but what do you think justices become more left-leaning the longer they're on the court? And I use example. I mean, nobody seriously questions how Kagan or Sotomayor or Ginsburg vote.
Right.
I mean, they are as reliable as a sunrise.
You're right.
And they never see a conflict of interest. Kagan was the solicitor, one of the solicitors during the Obamacare debacle, and then she was on it to decide it. And so, why do you think they become more liberal as they're on the bench?
Yeah, Scott, that's a great question, because you're right. In general, there's 3 liberal justices right now, and none of us think that they're on. Every once in a while, they'll cross the aisle on something that's not that politically charged. But you're right. Generally, on the politically charged philosophical debates, there are 4 solid liberal votes. But you're right. The conservatives were always wondering, right? We're like, where's Kennedy going to vote? Is Roberts going to write another Obamacare decision? It's like, and I think I found an article, Scott, that gave 2 points. Number one, okay, let's remember where these justices sit every day of their lives. So they get chosen, they get plucked out from wherever they are in the nation, and then they go to Washington, D.C., and that's where they stay. Unlike Congress, most congressmen and senators do go back home and have some touch with the people. The justices are in Washington, D.C., in the heart of the swamp, and so there's 2 big pressure points there. Congress, so if Congress becomes democratically run or starts doing, there's pressure there to be more liberal. And then peer pressure. You've got all these think tanks and all these policy wonks and all these commentators and all this media. And let's not forget Washington, D.C. itself. Washington, D.C. itself is like 95% far left liberals that actually live there. And so, Scott, I think it's the pressure cooker of the environment they get put in. That must... I've been to D.C. many times, and I can tell you it is a strange place. My cousin who lives there, she's funny. She calls D.C. She calls it Hollywood for ugly people. So and that's what it's like. It's the left coast. It's the left coast on the East Coast. Yeah.
It's people who are weaker in character than that succumb to that pressure.
Yes. Yes.
When's the last time do you think a Democrat president was ever disappointed by a Supreme Court justice?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
within our lifetime?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, you're right, Scott. Small decisions, but nothing that really is going to be major. Like not the big decisions of the day, like Second Amendment issues and life issues and major commerce issues and tax and spending issues. And like Roberts, look at Roberts. Roberts took that square peg of Obamacare and shoved it into that round hole of constitutionality, and that torturous decision that he wrote that Scalia, I believe, if my memory's correct, wrote a very vicious dissent on, and he upheld it. And remember, Roberts, he hasn't been there that long. This was back in several years ago, and we were like, what in the world are you talking about? And
He's the new Kennedy. He's the new Kennedy.
I worry about that.
Jim,
yeah.
I hope and pray that the Republican Party does not become like Lucy with the football and they screw this opportunity up. They need to have commercials and campaigns showing the difference between a constructionist judge, which are the conservative-leaning judges, and these policy judges who want to legislate from the bench, and to show them the profound difference that it makes having someone conservative decide a case versus these bleeding heart liberals who want to socially engineer and make themselves feel good. The Kagans, the Sotomayors, and the Ginsburgs.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope they jam it. I hope they jam it down their throat, and this becomes such momentum for Trump that it's a blowout in the midterm elections for conservatives.
I think there's some hope in that direction. Hey, Scott, thanks so much. Great call. Thanks for listening. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Scott, it reminds me of another saying one of my friends always says, he's like, we can't stand prosperity. It's like they give you everything and then you manage to screw it up. So let's hope that the U.S. Senate does not fumble the football, in Scott's words, with this SCOTUS nomination. I agree. They need to charge forward. I saw a great meme the other day that said, Donald Trump making 6'3" great again, which is what we could end up with on the Supreme Court. Hey, Tim Jones here for the Marc Cox Morning Show all morning this morning and tomorrow and all next week here at FM News Talk 97.1. We got big stuff straight ahead. Jim Talent, Kaylee McEnany, Mark Janus of the Janus decision, and Keith Hall talking about that Wayfair decision. Another Supreme Court case. It's a Scotacular Thursday. We'll be right back.
Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797. This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
97.1 News Time, 6:48. It's 78 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. MoDOT is starting a $1.2 million project in July to add lanes to Route 364 near Mid-Rivers Mall Drive. A man was trying to get away from police. He tried to swim across the Missouri River in Washington, Missouri last night. Billy Bush reached a deal to plead guilty to peace disturbance charge in an assault case. In sports, the Cardinals lost to the Indians 5-1 last night. They host the Braves tomorrow night. This report brought to you by Debt Hotline. Buried in credit card debt? Reduce it now to a fraction of what you owe. Call for free advice. 800-471-0216. 800-471-0216. 97.1 News Time, 6:48. It's 78 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Still having those major delays, 61 on the southbound side as you make your way through Flint Hill, right around P, where you're having to be diverted because of an injury crash there. As you do make your way on 270 southbound between 70 and Dorset, the construction really has you boggled down this morning. 455 and 44 meet to take you downtown. Got a little bit of a issue as you do make your way right around Park. It's because of someone that stalled off to the right. I'm Deetra Miles. 97.1 News Time is 6:49.
Become the next millionaire with Missouri Lottery's Mega Millions. Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is an estimated $232 million. The Missouri Lottery reminds you to visit your favorite retailer because you can't win the estimated $232 million Mega Millions jackpot if you don't play. And please play responsibly.
Honey, it's time. We can't put it off another year. If you've heard this from your spouse lately, then you've probably spent some time outside lamenting the condition of your home. Unattractive siding, old drafty windows. If you can't stand another season with these, call Banner Construction today. Banner is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor, which means we have the expertise to properly install top quality James Hardie fiber cement siding on any home. When you hire Banner, you're not just purchasing products. You're investing in 25 years of home improvement expertise with a company that cares about the final result. Banner also installs James Hardie's Beechworth windows. Beechworth windows are beautiful wood windows with maintenance-free exteriors. Compare to Marvin, Pella, or Renewal by Anderson, and you'll see that Beechworth has the best features from each brand, all in one incredible window. Don't put it off another day. Call Banner Construction at 314-569-1050 and have a banner day. Call 314-569-1050.
Well, you've all had that feeling. You bite down on something and you say, ooh, think I better go see the dentist. But how quickly do you act on that, unless it's an emergency, of course? Dr. Michael White is he's empathetic to that problem. He knows there are people who just won't go to the dentist because they've had a bad experience at some point. He doesn't want that for you. He doesn't want that for his patients. If you need to have anxiety-free sedation, he can help you with that. Take a little pill, and when you wake up, you're pretty much, your teeth are fixed. That's a good thing. If that's not your issue and you just tend to put things off, Dr. Michael White's office is unlike anyone that I've been to. I've been to a lot of dentists over the years. They do the extra step. They go that extra mile to make sure that you're comfortable, to make sure they're screening for oral cancer, and they're asking about sleep apnea questions and all of that. pH balance in your mouth, things I haven't gotten from other dentists' office. So call them at 314-270-8552 or visit their website at sunsethills.dentist.
Are you ready for a grand adventure this summer? Get behind the wheel of a new Land Rover Discovery from Land Rover St. Louis. It's the perfect time to try something new and save more than $5,500 off MSRP on a brand new 2017 Discovery. That's a huge savings on a vehicle that has the power and capability to take you on your next adventure. At Land Rover St. Louis, a Plaza Motor Company on Olive Boulevard in Creve Coeur. Stock number HA043491, MSRP $71,264. See dealer for complete details.
Now more than ever, technology tells us what to expect. And at Ameren, Illinois, it means we're ready for anything, every time. From advanced weather monitoring technology in Decatur to a brand new substation in East St. Louis, we're strengthening the energy system today so you can handle whatever tomorrow brings. See how we're delivering safe, reliable energy at amereninillinois.com/metroeast. Ameren, Illinois. Energy at work.
The Annie Fry Show.
Huge news out of the Supreme Court with the announcement of Justice Kennedy's retirement. How quickly will the seat be filled? Plus, we'll get Tyrus's reaction on Maxine Waters' comments.
Annie Fry, weekdays noon to 3 on FM News Talk 97.1.
The only way you can take FM News Talk 97.1 with you is the radio.com app. Available on your smartphone in the App Store. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
This hour, Making America Great, brought to you by Proctor Drapery, Blind, Shades, and Shutters. Making your home great again. ProctorDrapery.com. It's Proctor, spelled like doctor.
When the days are cold and the cards all fold and the saints we see are all made of gold, when your dreams all fail and the ones we hail are the worst of all and the bloods run stale, I wanna hide the truth.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
Shelter you, but with the beast inside.
Who will you pick to replace him, sir?
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Well, we have obviously numerous people. We have a list of 25 people that I actually had during my election. I had to 20, and as you know, I added 5 a little while ago. We have a very excellent list of great talented, highly educated, highly intelligent, hopefully tremendous people. I think the list is very outstanding.
It's the best list ever. There's never been a better list.
This list is going to make the Supreme Court great again.
I love it.
So
Oh, my.
They were talking about some of the nominees last night on Laura Ingram's show. Because remember, Laura Ingram used to clerk for the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
She's very smart. You know, she's a Supreme Court clerk. And they brought up this one lady. Laura's like, oh, the left is going to hate this lady. She's got like 9 children. And doesn't look like she had 9 kids. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, you wouldn't have picked her out of a crowd and said she had 9 kids. And she's apparently a brilliant legal mind. But of course, 9 children, you can assume she's probably very pro-life. And so the liberals are going to make this all about the end of Roe v. Wade. Like, that's the only thing they're... First, it's going to be... it's going to be you can't do this because it's an election year. That's going to be the first argument. And when that argument falls flat, which it's already... Like, Elizabeth Warren is basically saying, we really can't make that argument. That's really not the argument. That's not what Mitch McConnell said. He said in a presidential year, you shouldn't do that because the president could change. President's not going to change.
Right.
The Senate's not going to change. There's probably going to be more Republicans. It's kind of like, if I was Mitch McConnell, I'd be like, you really want us to wait? Then we'll really shove it down your throat, because we'll have like 56 or 57, and some of you are going to have to vote with us. We'll probably have 60, let's get it done. We don't need vacancies. We don't need vacancies on things. That's the thing I think that people get bothered the most, right, is when government is not functioning, right? When things are empty, positions are not filled, we're paying for all that stuff. Like the building doesn't go away just because there's not a chairman there, Supreme Court, all that expense is still going on, and you have an empty seat. I think people really don't like that. They want government to function. Nobody wins in these shutdowns, right? That's why they try to avoid them all the time. So, hey, Tim Jones in for Marc Cox all morning this morning. We've got a big lineup straight ahead. Jim Talent, Kayleigh McEnany, Mark Janus, the man himself of the Janus decision, and Keith Hall talking about that Wayfair decision, that taxation decision last week. All morning this morning on FM News Talk 97. Keep it right here. Lots more straight ahead.
Are replacement windows on your to-do list this summer? Not sure who to call? Lakeside Exteriors is offering you 18 months interest-free financing, or save 10% off your next Infinity from Marvin Fiberglass Windows, now through June. Fiberglass windows will last you a lifetime. They are the sleek and easy-to-operate windows that you've been looking for. Call us at 636-978-5000 or visit us online at lakesideexteriors.com. And let us help you keep the cool air in this summer. Lakeside Exteriors, helping you create your dream home.
Victory Men's Health is all about you being you again. You may need testosterone replacement therapy. If you're going to have your hormones treated, make sure you're seeing a specialist. This is not a one-size-fits-all treatment. Make sure you have options. Victory offers several different therapies for testosterone replacement, such as bioidentical pellets, injections, and gels. Plus, they have the newest treatment for ED. It's wave therapy, pain-free, and hundreds of their patients have been treated successfully. Go to victorymenshealth.com.
So chances are you're driving right now, and you probably weren't thinking about needing gas until this very second. Now, if you need gas and want to get more out of your miles, then you should stop by Phillips 66, because right now when you buy 8 gallons of gas, we'll give you up to 50% off St. Louis Cardinals tickets, so you can fill up and head to a game. Phillips 66. Live to the full. See official rules for details. While supplies last. Valid April 1st, 2018 through September 25th, 2018. Last day to obtain a voucher is September 23rd, 2018. Last day to redeem is September 25th, 2018. Copyright 2018 Phillips 66 Company. All rights reserved.
Dear beloved home, from the moment we met, we knew you were the one. But the kitchen was out of date. It just wasn't us. So we contacted Right Kitchen by Mosby to transform you into a bright, refreshed kitchen with a wide variety of design choices. Now our morning coffee never tasted quite so good. Thank you, Right Kitchen.
Call 909-1820 or visit rightkitchen.com. Right Kitchen by Mosby. Home never felt so good.
Tell me, when did the nightmares begin?
It was when Diamonds Direct opened up here in St. Louis.
Interesting.
Everything was going great in our jewelry store. We owned the radio advertising, we had awesome profit margins, we were knocking off the top designers with mass-produced rings, and nobody cared. And we were able to get by with a bare-bones inventory. Then Diamonds Direct came along with more selection, better quality diamonds, and the real designer rings that all women are asking for. And actually no middleman prices. They turned our world upside down.
If your jeweler is experiencing anxiety, it's because Diamonds Direct has disrupted their world with prices, selection, quality, education, warranties, and guarantees never before offered here in the Show Me State. Before you make that purchase at the same old place, come make some new friends at Diamonds Direct.
I have nightmares that everyone in St. Louis leaves us and only shops at Diamonds Direct.
I understand. Close your eyes and relax. I'll be right back.
Wait, where are you going? I'm not finished.
Diamonds Direct! Don't come!
Diamonds Direct, where St. Louis gets engaged. Olive and 270 at City Place.
KFTK FM Florissant, KFTK AM East St. Louis, K254CR St. Louis.
The Marc Cox Show, brought to you by Thomas Helbig, the official St. Louis financial advisor of The Marc Cox Show.
Find everything Marc Cox at 971talk.com/Cox. FM News Talk, 97.1.
A radio.com station.
President Trump says he's honored. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Honored that Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy chose to retire now.
Because he felt confident in me to make the right choice and carry on his great legacy.
The president at a rally in North Dakota. Fox's John Deckers live at the White House.
President Trump says he'll move quickly to nominate a successor for Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy, who announced he'll retire at the end of next month. The president says Democrats want judges to rewrite the Constitution.
And take away your Second Amendment, erase your borders, throw open the jailhouse doors, and destroy your freedoms.
The president said he would choose a nominee from an existing list of 25 candidates for the opening. Each of those candidates has solid conservative credentials. Dave?
John, one of those on the short list is Republican Senator Mike Lee, and if he's nominated, he'd need his own vote to confirmation considering how slim the GOP Senate margin is.
My understanding is that that's what the Senate rules allow and that you're still a senator until you're no longer a senator.
The Democrats are telling Republicans to hold on. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says in 2016, the GOP refused to consider Obama nominee Merrick Garland because it was an election year, so he wants a similar delay.
Anything but that would be the absolute height of hypocrisy.
Now, the president just tweeted Russia continues to say they had nothing to do with meddling in our election. And he again called the investigation a witch hunt with so much corruption. FBI Director Wray and Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein will testify next hour at the House, the day after Peter Strzok was questioned in private. He's the FBI agent who sent a lot of anti-Trump texts while involved in both the Clinton and Russia probes.
The FBI is instructing Mr. Strzok not to answer many, many questions. At this point, I can't get into the details, but it is a very serious concern.
Republican Bob Goodlatte. Democrats call the questioning a farce. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. I paid more than the minimum each month, and soon enough, it was gone.
So you're just giving up?
Giving up on what?
The life of luxury. Egyptian cotton, caviar Thursdays, designer everything.
What are you talking about?
Our plan. What happened to winning the lottery and mastering the art of the perfect mimosa? Hosting galas, wearing enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacationing in the French Riviera, and then buying it.
I just thought maybe it was time to prepare for my future. You know, set some financial goals, make some smart investments, open a 401k.
Financial goals? Investments? A 401k? You are horrifying right now. Listen, if winning the lottery were easy, everyone would do it.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
97.1 News Time, 7:03. I'm Denise Schaefer. Here's the official forecast from Fox 2's Dave Murray. Scattered storms possible this morning, then partly sunny, hot and humid this afternoon, high of 92. Clear tonight, low around 80. Mostly sunny, hot, humid tomorrow, high of 98. It's 78 degrees right now, and this report brought to you by Chesterfield Fence and Deck, the sign you have the very best in fences, decks, patios, and sunrooms. A heat advisory has been issued for the St. Louis area today through Saturday and possibly into Sunday. The heat index will range from 100 to 110 degrees, and the humidity will be excessive. A new report draws a close connection between cancer and Coldwater Creek. The Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry conducted a 2-year health assessment and concluded that radioactive waste in the creek could have increased the risk of developing certain types of cancer for those who live nearby or played in the creek. Police say a driver using fake emergency lights and a police siren to speed past traffic has been charged. Police were getting calls about the vehicle, and it was spotted again on I-70 near Cave Springs Wednesday morning. 25-year-old Michael Wallace has been charged with falsely impersonating an officer and driving with a suspended license. MoDOT is adding lanes to Route 364 near Mid-Rivers Mall Drive. The Page extension is now the busiest route between St. Charles County and St. Louis County. The number of drivers has more than doubled since the highway was completed a few years ago. Construction on the $1.2 million project will start in July. A man trying to get away from police tried to swim across the Missouri River in Washington, Missouri last night. The chase started in Montgomery County, where police say the driver was being reckless and almost hit a construction worker. The suspect crossed the Highway 47 bridge into Washington County, where officials set up spike strips. Police say he got out of the car and was trying to swim across the river when he was taken into custody. This report brought to you by RP Lumber, best service, best value. 97.1 News Time 7:04. It's 78 degrees. Sports is brought to you by Brenton Vision, the dawn of a new era in visual correction, BrentonVision.com. The Cardinals lost to the Indians 5-1 at Busch Stadium last night. Starter Jack Flaherty went 4 innings, his shortest outing this season, as the Cardinals had their 4-game winning streak come to an end. Matt Carpenter walked, doubled, and scored, and Jose Martinez hit an RBI single. The Cardinals are off today. They start a 3-game home series against the Braves tomorrow night. This report brought to you by Meineke. Gearing up for a summer road trip? Get your vehicle road trip ready with free AC check or $19.95 basic oil change at Meineke. Book your appointment online today at Meineke.com. 97.1 News Time 7:05. It's 78 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Well, not so good news as you make your way through Flint Hill, or try to, at 61 on the southbound side. At P, we had this double accident, and it looks like it's turned into an investigation. Whenever that happens, never, ever any good. And it looks like at least 2 lives were lost here. So trying to make your way through there, you're not able to at the moment. You're being diverted. I would avoid the area altogether. Again, 61 southbound at P, where they are now doing an investigation. The onlooker delays are continuing on that northbound side. But again, not so good news there. 270 on the northbound side is flowing a lot better. There was a problem around 44 that has been moved off to the shoulder. And speaking of 44, westbound at Manchester, starting tonight at 7, 1 lane will be closed on that eastbound side. But then overnight, all lanes will be closed, and that is going to last all the way through Saturday. I'm Deetra Miles. 97.1 News Time is 7:06.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Some fast-moving thunderstorms around in the morning on Thursday. Then skies will clear out a little bit. Partly sunny skies. 92 for the high during the afternoon. Then tonight, mostly clear skies. Very humid. 80. That's it for the overnight low. Friday and Saturday, all about pure summer. Sunny, hot, and humid. 95 to 100 degrees. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray for FM News Talk 97.1.
It's 7:07 and 78 degrees, and FM News Talk 97.1 is now available on radio.com. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
The folks from Agers HVAC will keep your system running smoothly. I'm part of their service program. They come out once in the fall, once in the spring. They check out that air conditioner or that furnace to make sure it's going to operate for you with no problem. Let's say they find a problem. You get a discount on parts of 10%. You're going to get a discount on the labor. You're going to get a lifetime warranty on any repairs they have to make. The thing I love about Brian Agers and Agers HVAC, he runs his own crews. He doesn't sub anybody out. His vans are always fully stocked. They will do any repair right there on site. They're not going to have to run a half a dozen errands to get what they need for your equipment. If you need new equipment, they can do that too. Great high-efficiency units. Some people are seeing a 40% drop in their cooling bills. Lennox, by the way, and the utility companies will team up to give you rebates. Lennox is giving $1,700 in rebates with the purchase of one of their Lennox home comfort systems. That's a great deal. Call Brian Agers. Let Agers HVAC take care of your problems. AGERS, callagers.com.
Hi, Mark Goldstein here for Edwards Carpet. For our last holiday sale, we put together a great offer that slashed our margins, and it was so successful that the volume more than made up for it. If you missed out last time, here's your second chance. From right now to Sunday, July 8th, we're having our Independence Day sale. First, you'll get our all-inclusive pricing that includes carpet, pad, installation, the take-up and haul away of your old carpet, and the moving of your furniture, starting at just $2.99 a square foot. We're also offering special pricing on the newest thermal plastic-backed carpets and the newest waterproof floors. Then we make it even more affordable by giving you 12 months interest-free financing, and then you'll pay no tax. So long story short, super low all-inclusive sale prices, 12 months interest-free money, and no tax. Even if you're just considering new flooring, this is the opportunity to take advantage of. Look for our ad in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch or visit us at edwardscarpet.com. And happy Independence Day to the greatest country on earth.
Come on down to Edwards Carpet Stores.
Don't get stuck in neutral. Shift your retirement plan into overdrive with your Retirement Highway. with Ken Heisey and Steve Muller from the Heisey Advisory Group. Saturday nights at 7 on FM News Talk 97.1.
This hour, Making America Great, brought to you by Proctor Drapery, Blind, Shades, and Shutters. Making your home great again. ProctorDrapery.com. It's Proctor, spelled like doctor.
The only way you can take FM News Talk 97.1 with you is the Radio.com app, available on your smartphone in the App Store. Download the Radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
Aren't you something to admire?
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
Something like a mirror, and I can't help but notice you reflect in this heart of mine. If you ever feel alone and the glare makes me hard to find, just know that I'm always parallel on the other side.
I thought that was so brilliant. I said, oh, I am so smart. I am the smartest person.
Yes, you are.
Now,
that needs some context.
we did clip that, but it is funny. Because I was just talking about...
He's so modest.
I was just talking about his Supreme Court list. It's the greatest list ever. Yeah. And so, Katie... Rick, you guys are quick, man. You're quicker than I am in the morning. But she grabbed that clip. That was him at the rally the other night. He was talking about something about Veterans Choice, and he was being funny. And,
how he thought he came up with that.
Yeah, and then he realized he didn't.
I think he was being kind of tongue-in-cheek. But
he was actually making fun of himself. Yeah. He is actually a self-deprecating guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He let Jimmy Fallon mess his hair up the other night. And for that, he got blasted by Jimmy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did you guys see that clip where the three of them, it was Jimmy Kimmel, Colbert, and what's his name? Conan, tall guy.
Conan O'Brien.
Yes.
Did you guys see that?
I didn't.
So, because Trump is basically, beating up on late night talk show hosts now, he did at one of his rallies.
Yes.
The three of them did some shtick the next night, like beating up on him, and it kind of fell flat.
Colbert does that every night.
Yeah, and it wasn't funny.
I mean, 5 seconds in, he can't go 5 seconds on that show without saying something about Trump.
And it's unfortunate that Jimmy Fallon fell into that because he's stayed away. He's been more Jimmy Carson-esque in that. Like, just stay away from the...
Let Colbert do it.
Yeah, but so Jimmy's ratings were suffering to Colbert. His ratings, I think Fallon's ratings are fine, but Colbert was ahead of him, so he's like, oh, well, now I guess I got to beat up on Trump too. He had not done it. In fact, he did an interview they played last night on Fox News where he basically said, no, I really don't want to go. This was a year ago. I really don't want to go there. It's not my thing. Well, now it's apparently his thing.
That's too bad.
But the funniest part was, so they had Fallon and Colbert, and they were beating, and then they bring in Conan O'Brien. They had a split screen, so they had a three-way split screen. I don't know what you call that. What do you call that? A triptych? I don't know. Yeah,
that works. Whatever.
But they got Conan like it was like they were making fun of him.
Yeah.
They go to him and he's in his bathroom shaving, and he's got shaving cream all over himself, and he goes, Trump's president? Like, kind of like Conan's been off the scene for a while, He's like, when did that happen? And he goes, how's he doing? And Colbert's like, not so good, So it was pretty funny because Conan was the only funny part of that because it was totally like he just woken up from like Rumpelstiltskin from like that was kind of fun. He had shaving cream all over himself and he was half shaving. He's like, oh, hey guys, it was pretty funny.
And that is a bummer about Jimmy Fallon because he has been a place for conservatives that do still kind of like late night TV.
I just want him to be entertained, and he's good. Like, I love all
he has good guests.
Yes.
There's no comedy anymore. There's no real comedy anymore.
It's so politicized.
It's like, come on.
Kimmel and Colbert have, can't get through any part of their show without referencing politics in some way.
Yeah. Even me, right? My life is politics and public policy. Sometimes I just want to eat a cheeseburger.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
And go see a movie. Without being preached at by either side.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, put them on MSNBC or somewhere. If that's what you are, if that's what you want your show to be, don't tell me this is going to be entertainment and then make it that nonsense.
Exactly. We've got a very entertaining guy up next, Jim Talent. Yeah, he's at Jim Talent on Twitter with the Bipartisan Policy Center, bipartisanpolicy.org. Hey, Senator, good morning. Good to talk to you.
Good morning, Tim. Well, you're covering the ground here, aren't you?
We are. Yeah, they just put me in a closet and lock the door every night, Jimmy. That's what they do to me. So, drag me out in the morning.
I used to say when I have a chance to talk and share with younger people, and typically it was with kids who were politically interested, because otherwise why are they talking to me, right? And one of the things I would always warn them is not to make their politics their identity, because when you do that, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to wake up someday and you're going to say, my life was about something that, that just, not that it doesn't matter, but that it doesn't matter as much as the things that really do matter. And we're losing some of that today. Now, part of that, to be fair to these hosts, is it's much more difficult, I gather, to get a mass audience the way Johnny Carson had because of the nature of media today.
Yes, true.
To survive, they almost have to get, a distinct group. They're going to have much lower ratings, and so they try and get a particular audience. But it does seem like they never try and get a right-of-center audience.
No, right? not anymore. Boy, it wasn't.
There are a fair number of us out here, who might watch.
Yeah, like maybe half the country or more if you did a true popular vote, So, yeah, Jim, Carson was, you were a big Carson fan, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was too. I thought he was just the great Karnak and all that stuff. And I miss him because that kind of comedy, you could just kick back, put all your cares and worries aside from the day and not get preached at,
Well, poking fun at people is funny. You're poking fun, right? You're kidding. And there may be a pretty strong message in the kidding, but it's not a personally it's a personally more benign way of doing things, which allows people to laugh. Insulting people, it is not really funny. It might be snarky, but there's an underlining cruelty to it, and I don't think it works as well, but. What the heck? They're making a lot more money than I'm making, so it works. It works in one sense, right?
I guess it's that little thing called ratings, right, Jim?
Yeah,
so
I guess so, man.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah, so Jim, the Democrats are not laughing at all about Kennedy's decision yesterday to retire. So, boy, Senator, this is if the presidency was not already historic, which I think it is, President Trump's already, I think, had a historic presidency in so many ways with the tax reform and the Justice Gorsuch nomination and the massive regulatory rollback. But wow, a second Supreme Court pick in just as many years.
Yeah, it's pretty significant, and I'm very pleased about it because I think the court, assuming this goes through, the court's going to head more in the direction of what I think the Supreme Court ought to be doing, which is interpreting the text in the light of the spirit of the actual Constitution. And I think people ought to stop panicking a little bit. What that will mean is that, where the Constitution speaks to something and protects people's rights in a particular way, the court will stand up for that. And where the Constitution doesn't speak to it, then the democratic process will work. And, if people look at the last 20, 25 years at how the partisan makeup of Washington changes one way and then another way and then another way, there's no reason for either side to have despair because they lose an election. That's one of the things that amazes me, Tim, is that people win an election and think they're going to be in power forever and lose an election and think they're going to be out of power forever, their views. And the whole history of the last generation is to the contrary, right?
Yeah,
so just everybody
absolutely.
Just calm down a little bit. I went through that in my own career. I won some, lost some. So, I hope that's where the Supreme Court's going to be heading now, and I think it'll be very healthy. And maybe the Congress will start doing its job now and actually consider some of the issues it should be considering.
Boy, wouldn't that be nice?
Instead of running to the courts every time you want something, go to the legislative branch, and then they sit down and they actually work through this legislation. And it usually, when they follow the process and they take their time, it often works out pretty well. It reflects where the people are coming from.
So, Jim, play this out a little bit. The Democrats, the leadership, Chuck Schumer, did his obligatory, bash Mitch McConnell and the very idea of even thinking about doing a Supreme Court nominee this year. So they've kind of thrown down, but already, though, I don't know, it seems very hollow because already, almost immediately, Senator Elizabeth Warren, we played a clip from her earlier, She's already off the reservation. Well, there's a joke in there, isn't there? She's already saying.
See, there's an example of poking fun.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. She's already basically saying, no, we probably need to have hearings, and if we don't like the people, then we can vote against them or whatever. But what do you? So it just seems like they're not going to have much. The Washington Post already wrote an article that basically like, this is really a hollow argument. They really don't have an argument to simply oppose for the sake of opposition. This could be really good for Republicans this year.
Yeah, I think this is going to come down to if the nominee has a good hearing, if the nominee appears to be thoughtful and reasonable and has a judicial temperament, I think the nominee gets confirmed, and I think he or she gets confirmed with some Democratic votes. I think both because of the politics of it, and because, I'm kind of hopeful that people will draw back from these apocalyptic type of scenarios. And the fact that Warren said that is, I think, a hopeful sign. Yeah, they're going to vet this person. But, if the president picks somebody who can perform well in that kind of a context, and I think that's very important, then I think the process will go about as smoothly as possible in today's environment.
So, Jim, I remember you and I, just a few years ago, I believe we did a press conference together went back on the Gorsuch nomination, kind of calling Claire McCaskill out on that.
Right.
Boy, she's probably not happy with this news, right? That she is going to be front and center on this. We've got an election, in like 4 months, and here it is again. She has to make a decision. Does she stand with the guy who won Missouri by nearly 20 points, President Donald Trump, or does she continue to oppose him? And, political memories are short, but we're pretty close to Election Day on this one, and this really puts her in a tough spot again, doesn't it?
Yeah, and which is why, in confirmations in particular, it's important, I think, to have a reasonable principle that you follow in the Senate, and then to follow it, regardless of who the president is. Now, I wasn't there long enough to serve under Obama, okay, so I didn't get to show this with a Democratic president, but my view with judges was always, there's more, and this is kind of oxymoronic, but you'll get what I mean. There's more than one mainstream of American legal jurisprudence today, Tim. I mean, you're a lawyer, you're a better lawyer than I am. You know this, right?
Sure.
So my feeling was that I wanted a judge who was a principled, had a principled jurisdiction, a jurisprudence that was in one of the mainstreams, right? And and then had a good record and had a record of integrity and the rest of it. And if so, I would vote to confirm him, even if I disagreed with him, because that's the way you show respect to the people. The people elect the president to make the nomination, right? And I think constitutionally, if you think it through, that means the president gets to pick the people he thinks is best, and it's not the Senate. It's not a joint appointment, if you will. It's simply a check on it to make certain that you get people who are qualified. If you follow that, then you can say to your partisans when times like this come up, look, this is how I've always voted. This is how I'm going to vote now, because this is the principle I follow.
Speaking to Senator Jim Talent, he's at Jim Talent, bipartisanpolicy.org. Hey,
that
Jim.
answer was a little too long to be good radio. I'm sorry.
No, it was perfect. It was all good. See, he's poking fun at himself. That's good comedy right there.
Yeah.
That's right.
There you go. Maybe
hey, Jim.
Maybe we could do late night.
You and I could. I think we could.
There's
absolutely.
a show to watch.
Yeah, Denise and Trish, you guys would like to do a late night show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
Denise
and
will
then
do the
come in
nightly
the
And then to
news
come in, well, you just stay up all night. You just stay up all night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in. If it pays well.
If you get to sleep all day, right?
You're dead, right?
Right, that's right.
We'd have to sit up straight though when we were on TV.
Yeah, exactly. So, Jim, let's shift to one of your favorite subjects, foreign policy, and I'm going to hit you with something that it's just breaking. So, tell me if you got any thoughts on this. I just saw this come across the wires that the president is scheduled to meet with Putin in Helsinki, Finland next month. So what, Jim, I didn't know that was, I heard about something yesterday, but with all the Supreme Court news, it kind of got buried. What's that all about? What's that all about?
Before this interview, when I was looking forward to your call, I said to myself, I haven't had time to read anything about the upcoming summit.
And Jim, I haven't either. So
Jim won't ask me about that.
No, just I guess I have no idea what the details are of it. But what's your initial gut reaction to him meeting with him?
I think Trump has a lot of confidence that that meeting one-on-one with his counterparts, he's in a good position to bargain effectively on behalf of American interests. And so I think we may see more of these. And I think basically that's correct. I mean, from what I've seen, he knows how to maneuver in this kind of a world. And there are areas with Putin where I think this kind of a discussion could be very good. You know, for example, with regard to Syria. I mean, the president may say to Putin, look, do you really think you're gaining from this? Okay, I mean, look at what's happening to you reputationally. You're sinking a lot of money, a lot of effort in the Middle East. And the president may say, hey, you know, we've done that for a long time. It hasn't always worked well, right?
Yeah.
So as long as the president approaches this, as I'm certain he will, from the understanding that the Russians are going to pursue their own interests, okay, don't fall into these flights of fancy about Putin that both W and Obama did, that somehow you can look deep into his eyes, and reach his soul, and he's going to do what you want. As long as you I like to say about the Russians, when people say, do you trust them? I say, I trust them to pursue their own interests.
Exactly.
Okay, so where there's a commonality of interests, yeah, I think things can be accomplished. And I imagine that's what he's going to be, you know, working towards. But I have not read enough to know what are the biggest issues. The toughest one's probably going to be Ukraine because Putin's got himself in a little bit of a quicksand there, and that's not going the way he thought. Trump may very well say to him there, you know, how can we resolve that in a way that lets you save face, because you're not winning there either.
What kind of, Jim, in a general question way, what type of pressure can Russia bring on North Korea? And do you think that's something the president might pursue, since he's very focused on Kim Jong-un right now?
What kind of pressure did you say can Putin bring? Or
yeah. What kind of pressure can Putin bring on North Korea?
Yeah, I think it's kind of marginal. I mean, the Russians would like to be players in that, but the truth of the matter is, it's the Chinese.
It's China. Okay,
big power in that, and Trump is playing a lot of cards against the Chinese. And from what I understand, he links things, which, you know, can work if you're artful enough in doing it. So, you know, he may link things like the South China Sea to, you know, to the Northwest Pacific. You know, with Putin, I mean, you want to try, if you can, to keep him from stirring things up. I don't think he's a major player there, except insofar as he might be able to influence the Chinese. So I think it'll be mostly Middle East and Eastern Europe stuff that he talks about. And again, I mean, I got to read more myself to see
absolutely.
You know, what are the specific objectives in this.
Yeah, well, Jim, you answered that. You answered that just fine. We're going to give you an A for that. Yeah. Hey, Jim, we got about a minute left. You got any articles coming out soon, or anything you want to point people to that you got on deck?
Yeah, I did one which just appeared in National Review. Actually, it would be a good issue to spotlight, because Congress is working on a bill to empower an agency called CFIUS, the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, to give it greater power to scrutinize Chinese purchases of American companies for national security reasons. And I wrote an article saying that authority needs to be extended to greenfields investments, because what the Chinese are starting to do now is to say, oh, the Americans are waking up that we're buying their tech companies and getting all that technology. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start plants, and we're going to subsidize our state-owned enterprises. We're going to capture markets, and we're going to take the lead in key sectors.
Excellent.
So,
Jim,
it's a National Review. People can take a look.
Excellent. We'll point folks to that. Senator Jim Talent, always a great discussion. Great to talk to you this morning, Jimmy. We'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Yeah, former Senator Jim Talent at Jim Talent, bipartisanpolicy.org. We're Tim Jones in for Marc Cox. Kaylee McEnany on deck. We'll be up to her real soon here at FM News Talk 97.1. Keep it right here for lots ahead, including Mark Janis.
You've heard that mortgage rates are rising after a decade of historic lows. You think you've missed your chance to buy new. Not with Lombardo Homes. Purchase a Lombardo Quick Close home now and receive a 3.75% fixed rate mortgage on Quick Close homes and $3,000 towards closing costs. Or if you're buying a new build home, Keller Williams' The Wilson Group will list your current home at the reduced rate of 3.5% and give you $3,000 in closing costs. But hurry, you can only score this jackpot of an offer if you purchase in June. Visit LombardoHomes.com for more information. Certain qualifications and restrictions apply.
No place like Granite Transformations if you want to redo your bathroom. And I'm talking about completely transforming your bathroom. They specialize in that at Granite Transformations. So, for example, your parents are aging, but they want to stay in their home. Granite Transformations should be your first choice. If you're considering a full bath remodel, they can go in and convert a tub to a shower. They can help design and remodel those bath areas to accommodate mobility issues. Plus, it makes your bathroom gorgeous at the same time. Trust me, the longer folks can stay in their home, the more cost-effective it is. So give them a call today. Set up a free in-home consultation with Granite Transformations. They'll bring samples right to your house and show you what a beautiful product this is. Call them at 636-728-1100 or just go to that website that's easy to remember. It's granitetransformations.com.
Lincoln Power Sports is your place to find all your power sports needs. ATVs, motorcycles, side-by-sides, and so much more. #1 in customer service, price savings, and never any out-the-door fees. Suzuki, Arctic Cat, Textron Off-Road, Kimco, Hustler, Echo, and Shindoa Power Products. Highly trained service and parts department. Oil and tire changes while you wait. Hassle-free sales and service. Lincoln Power Sports, located in Moscow Mills. Visit them online at lincolnpowersports.com.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. A time and place is now set for the first full-fledged summit between President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin.
We now know President Trump and Vladimir Putin will hold their summit in Helsinki, Finland on July 16th. That's a Monday. The announcement follows National Security Advisor John Bolton's talks with the Russian president in Moscow.
Fox's Jillian Mealy. President Trump tells a crowd in Fargo, North Dakota.
We have to pick a great one.
And he says he'll start right away deciding on a nominee to replace Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy. He announced yesterday he's retiring at the end of the month.
The president has promised to choose Kennedy's successor from the same list of about 25 conservative judges from which he picked Neil Gorsuch in February of last year. The White House says it wants to get started on the confirmation process as soon as possible.
Fox's John Decker at the White House. Fox News. We report, you decide.
.97.1 News Time, 7:31. It's 78 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and this report brought to you by the Clayton Sleep Institute. Learn the cause of your sleep problems. Better sleep, better life. ClaytonSleep.com. A new report draws a close connection between cancer and Coldwater Creek. The Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry conducted a 2-year health assessment and concluded that radioactive waste in the creek could have increased the risk of developing certain types of cancer for those who live nearby or played in the creek. Another public meeting will be held from 5 to 8 tonight at the St. James United Methodist Church in Florissant. MoDOT is adding lanes to Route 364 near Mid-Rivers Mall Drive. The Page extension is now the busiest route between St. Charles County and St. Louis County. The number of drivers has more than doubled since the highway was completed a few years ago. Construction on the $1.2 million project will start in July. In sports, the Cardinals lost to the Indians 5-1 last night. They're off today and host the Braves tomorrow night. 97.1 News Time, 7:32. It's 78 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Oh, it's still shut down, and it will be for some hours on 61 on the southbound side at P because of the accident with 2 vehicles involved. And now that accident has turned into an investigation. So another couple of hours at best. You are being diverted at Piney if you're headed in that direction, or if you're around the area, definitely avoid it at all costs. There's onlooker delays on the northbound side that's causing a huge backup there as well. On the inner belt on the southbound side at the ramp 270, a car ran off a ditch, so you have a lot of stares and glares surrounding that incident. 270 northbound around 44 on past 6440, building with your normal rush hour delays. I'm Deetra Miles. 97.1 News Time is 7:33.
Remember this address, linkedin.com/971. They'll give you $50 off right now at LinkedIn when you post your first job. And you're thinking to yourself, well, why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because LinkedIn has about 70% of the U.S. workforce on board right now. A lot of these folks, they answer questions when they sign up for LinkedIn, saying whether or not they're looking for a job, and if they're not necessarily looking, are they open to new opportunities? So in other words, 9 out of their 10 members say, yeah, I'm pretty happy, but if the right opportunity came along, I would probably be interested. but some of those same people don't visit the job boards where your company may be generally posting your jobs. LinkedIn Jobs intelligently targets potential candidates. Be sure and check it out. They know their skills, their recommendations, their interests, and whether or not they're open to new opportunities like yours. Get your job in front of the right people. Go to LinkedIn, linkedin.com/971 to get $50 off your first job post now.
Tell me, when did the nightmares begin?
It was when Diamonds Direct opened up here in St. Louis.
Interesting.
Everything was going great in our jewelry store. We owned the radio advertising, we had awesome profit margins, we were knocking off the top designers with mass-produced rings, and nobody cared. And we were able to get by with a bare-bones inventory. Then Diamonds Direct came along with more selection, better quality diamonds, and the real designer rings that all women are asking for. And actually no middleman prices. They turned our world upside down.
If your jeweler is experiencing anxiety, it's because Diamonds Direct has disrupted their world with prices, selection, quality, education, warranties, and guarantees never before offered here in the Show Me State. Before you make that purchase at the same old place, come make some new friends at Diamonds Direct.
I have nightmares that everyone in St. Louis leaves us and only shops at Diamonds Direct.
I understand. Close your eyes and relax. I'll be right back.
Wait, where are you going? I'm not finished.
Diamonds Direct! Don't come!
Diamonds Direct, where St. Louis gets engaged. Olive and 270 at City Place.
If your energy is low or you're not as productive as you used to be, you might have low testosterone. Here's Mentality founder and medical director Kevin Moret and David Jansen.
Dave, when people show up at your office and they say, I think I have low T, what are the major symptoms you hear them say they have?
The main one is fatigue. They feel like they need more energy for their life. They need more mental clarity at their job. They feel like they're not focusing the way they used to.
Most doctors really don't want to treat low testosterone. Low testosterone treatment is hard to manage. It's hard to treat. And what we find a lot of times is that insurance will cover it, but it takes a lot of work on the doctor's part.
We're also going to use your insurance plan, and we can do that because we're following the Endocrine Society guidelines, which means that this is safe, more effective than everything else that you've seen out there. We're also using FDA-approved medications. Our medications are the gold standard for how testosterone replacement should be.
So Dave, here in St. Louis, lowtusa.com.
You can go on there, find both of our locations, phone numbers for each site.
lowtusa.com.
Watch the Marc Cox Show live on the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox. Log on to our website or use your mobile device to join the daily live stream and watch the show. It's the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox.
This hour, Making America Great, brought to you by Proctor Drapery, Blinds, Shades, and Shutters. Making your home great again. ProctorDrapery.com. It's Proctor, spelled like doctor.
I know you're inside, you're feeling so hollow.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
And it's a hard pill for you to swallow. Yeah, but if I fall for you.
Established in 2003, right at the same time as the Patriot Act, the AUMF, the Iraq War, and we look back at a lot of that time and legislation as a mistake now. And I think that ICE is right there as a part of it. It has its extrajudicial nature is baked in to the structure of the agency, and that is why they're able to get away with black sites at our border, with the separation of children. We are committing human rights abuses on this border and separating children from their families, and that is the structure of the agency. We can replace it, and we can replace it with a humane agency that is directed towards safe passage.
That's what's her name. What is her name?
Cortez.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Yes, it's a mouthful.
Who just unseated the number 4 ranking Democrat in the U.S. House, and she's a Democratic Socialist.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Shamelessly so.
Yeah, shamelessly so. Yes, absolutely.
It's liberal for a liberal.
Yeah, beyond. Beyond. But yeah, so it just shows the place that the Democratic Party is in right now. And, the media loves to talk about the problems in the Republican Party, but they make excuses for this civil war that's going on in the Democratic Party. It's very interesting. We'll talk to our next guest about that because I'm sure she'll have something to say, one or two things about that. Kayleigh McEnany joins us now at Kayleigh McEnany, KayleighMcEnany.com, the author of The New American Revolution. Hey, Kayleigh, good morning.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for joining us this morning. Kayleigh, I just played that clip from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who unseated Crowley, and isn't it funny how the folks on the left and their media allies on their networks, they seem to be wanting to ignore this subject about the fact that Bernie Sanders is proudly proclaiming that once radical ideas are now part of the mainstream Democratic agenda. The Democrats really have a problem here, don't they? If they're ever gonna appeal to the working men and women, the traditional Democrats here in the heartland where we are.
Yeah, they've got a big problem on their hands. You know, gone is the party of JFK, and here is the party of radical socialism. I think last night, or Tuesday night rather, told you all you needed to know about Democrats. And, you know, socialism may win in a deep blue district in New York. It certainly won't win nationwide. And, you know, 2 nights ago, I think it's important to emphasize, and you kind of hinted at it at the beginning of the program, that a hardcore liberal was defeated by a socialist. You know, make no mistake about it. Crowley is a leftist. He called ICE fascist. He has said he was one of the first to endorse Bernie's socialized medicine plan. So he was a far, far leftist who was defeated, as you said, by a card-carrying Democratic socialist. So pretty stunning development and change in the Democratic Party. Yep,
and Kayleigh, I think you know, the traditional, let's call them establishment Democrats, however many of those that are left, I think they're very concerned about that. I know that for a fact. Here in the city of St. Louis, we're seeing that in, you know, because the city of St. Louis, you know, if you're a Republican, you know, you're just filling a slot. So the battles are always within the Democratic Party. And I'm telling you, a lot of my Democratic friends say it's happening here. We're being overrun by these young, just the stars in their eyes, radicals. And I guess, Kayleigh, these are the folks that think money grows on trees, that we don't need to have borders as a country. And I think they're not making things easier for Democrats going into the fall, right? I mean, the Democrats thought they had this all wrapped up back in January, but with President Trump's escalating poll numbers, the economy going gangbusters, the president putting America first around the globe, bringing jobs back home, it's hard for Democrats to find an issue, and these new Democratic socialists are not making that any easier.
There's no doubt. I mean, you look across the country, and yes, the so-called Democratic establishment has had a lot of victories, but so too have the socialists and the far leftists. I mean, you see in Nebraska, someone named Kara Eastman won. She's the nominee for a House district in a district that leans Republican +6. Socialized medicine will not win there. All across the country, California, those Orange County districts, same sort of thing. Socialism will not win, but they've elected very far left, unelectable radicals. So across the country, you've seen this happen. These individuals, Ocasio-Cortez aside, because she's in a very deeply blue district, but her aside, you know, these other individuals are not going to be winning in moderate districts. And, you know, if Democrats want to go this way, they can, but they're really leaving voters with two bad choices. And it's either Bernie Sanders socialism or Nancy Pelosi elitism. Neither one are good choices.
Talking to Kayleigh McEnany at Kayleigh McEnany on Twitter, author of The New American Revolution, The Making of a Populist Movement. Kayleigh, let's talk about the big bombshells of the week. Never before in my recent memory can I imagine the Supreme Court dominating the headlines for as long as they have. But these are monumental, historic decisions that have come out, from the travel ban being upheld to the Janus decision yesterday, which saying union workers no longer are going to be enslaved by their union government bosses. And then Kennedy announces he's resigning. This gives the president an opportunity to remake the court for a generation in a good way, doesn't it?
Oh, no doubt about it. And, you know, Kennedy, we thank him for his service. He obviously was nominated by Reagan, served decades on the court. But yes, you know, no doubt, you know, President Trump replacing him with a staunch constitutionalist, conservative justice who believes that the words on the page of the Constitution are what they mean. They should be enforced. Those rights should be safeguarded and enshrined and protected. And to replace that and get a 5-4 majority on the court, it would be the most legendary achievement of this presidency, no doubt, because it would last for a lifetime. Majorities change in the House and the Senate. Presidents change. the court doesn't change. It's a lifetime appointment, and a lifetime majority would be pretty extraordinary, safeguarding our rights to life and to liberty and all of the other amendments that we see throughout the Constitution.
You know, Kaylee, the talking points in the liberal media and from Democrats is that, you know, history shows that this midterm election, you know, we're going to have the edge just historically. We're going to have the momentum. We're going to have the passion. But I think issues like this remind conservative voters why they elected the president. Here's a president who made a lot of campaign promises, but the refreshing thing is he's living up to them. He's pursuing them. He's trying to complete them. If it wasn't for an obstructionist liberal, Senate trying to filibuster every single thing he tries to do, he'd even get more done by now. But do you think that this will remind people why they voted for the president? This was a major thing for many people and inspire them to have that passion in this midterm?
Yes, for sure. And you look at, and Mitch McConnell said the vote for this will take place in the fall, presumably before the midterm elections. And there's just no doubt. I mean, this is something that rallies the base. This is a battle of the bases as we move towards November. Are Republicans more energized or are Democrats? And this will be a lightning rod through the Republican base when this happens, and it will happen. President Trump has a list of highly qualified nominees. We have the votes to do it. It will happen. It's a matter of when, not if it's going to happen. And there's just simply no doubt that this will remind Republican voters of the stakes and the stakes of not having a Republican Senate.
Hey, Kaylee, the last thing I wanted to ask you about, even some of the liberal media outlets, like I saw an article in the Washington Post, I've seen in a few other things, they seem to be calling out Schumer and the gang on this, saying your arguments that there should not be a nominee put forward this year really do ring hollow. So if they don't have the Washington Post and they don't have, even Elizabeth Warren made a comment that, the nominee, if selected, should come before and have hearings, they're going to lose this total obstructionist argument, aren't they, pretty quickly?
Oh, for sure. I mean, you pointed to the Washington Post. When the liberal Washington Post is calling your argument bogus to not entertain or consider a Supreme Court nominee, you're not in the right. The Washington Post is normally on your side, Democrats. So there's no doubt, they nominated and confirmed Elena Kagan during a midterm year, obviously appointed by Barack Obama there. So, their argument just does not ring in truth. It's a bogus argument. We won the presidential election, and that argument, the so-called Biden rule, pertains to presidents nominating, not Senate's confirming. So, they're wrong to do this, and they're just showing themselves to be resistors once again.
Yep, no agenda, no policies, nothing for the American people to cling on to. So, hey, Kaylee, great points as always. Thank you so much, and we'll look forward to speaking with you next week.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Hey, take care. That's Kaylee McEnany, at Kaylee McEnany, the author of The New American Revolution, The Making of a Populist Movement. More straight ahead, including the one and only Mark Janus, the guy who got it all started, calling out the question of, should you, as an employee of the government, get to decide where your wages go? Seems like a pretty common sense answer to that very simple question. Mark Janus is going to explain why. When we come back, we got so much of that and more. Tim Jones in for Marc Cox. It's the Marc Cox Morning Show at FM News Talk 97.1.
97.1 News Time, 7:47. It's 78 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. A heat advisory has been issued for the St. Louis area from today through Saturday and possibly into Sunday. MoDOT is starting a $1.2 million project in July to add lanes to Route 364 near Mid-Rivers Mall. Police say a driver using fake emergency lights and police siren to speed past traffic has been charged with falsely impersonating an officer. In sports, the Cardinals lost to the Indians 5-1 last night. They host the Braves tomorrow night. This report brought to you by the Detox and Treatment Helpline. Addiction is a disease. Get courage, get help. Insurance may cover the cost. Call 800-430-4149, 800-430-4149. 97.1 News Time, 7:48. It's 78 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Slowdowns continue 61 southbound around P because of that investigation. So you're being diverted at Piney. The onlooker delays continue on the northbound side. 70 on the eastbound side to take the ramp to 270. You're jammed because of the construction from the 5-lane to 3-lane. If you're making your way 6440 eastbound approaching the inner belt, it looks like a broken down vehicle off on the shoulder. I'm Deetra Miles. 97.1 News Time is 7:48.
Hi, Mark Goldstein here for Edwards Carpet. For our last holiday sale, we put together a great offer that slashed our margins, and it was so successful that the volume more than made up for it. If you missed out last time, here's your second chance. From right now to Sunday, July 8th, we're having our Independence Day sale. First, you'll get our all-inclusive pricing that includes carpet, pad, installation, the take-up and haul away of your old carpet, and the moving of your furniture, starting at just $2.99 a square foot. We're also offering special pricing on the newest thermal plastic-backed carpets and the newest waterproof floors. Then we make it even more affordable by giving you 12 months interest-free financing, and then you'll pay no tax. So long story short, super low all-inclusive sale prices, 12 months interest-free money, and no tax. Even if you're just considering new flooring, this is the opportunity to take advantage of. Look for our ad in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch or visit us at edwardscarpet.com. And happy Independence Day to the greatest country on earth.
Come on down to Edwards Carpet Stores.
Proud to have the folks from Lore Distributing supporting the Marc Cox Morning Show. And let me tell you what they've introduced me to. What is now my favorite tequila, Masuave. If you've never tried this, folks, you've got to go out and get a bottle. You can find it at Schnucks and Total Wine and more. A lot of fine restaurants feature super premium tequilas. Masuave tequila, the Anejo is what I've had here recently, and I'm telling you what, double distilled, aged for 18 months in American whiskey barrels. This stuff is smooth. This is sipping whiskey. They've got the Reposado, the Blanco. They refer to these as the no-burn tequilas because it really is superior smoothness and taste. You're going to love this stuff. Masuave Tequila. Hey, you can taste it this weekend. The Mas Tequila Cantina down on 2nd Street at the Landing. They're going to have tastings 5 to 7 p.m. on Friday. They'll have giveaways and specials during the event. A Mas Tequila Cantina is fantastic. You're going to enjoy all the food down there, the succulent Mexican food right on the Landing. Go check out Masuave Tequila and Mas Tequila at the Cantina Friday night, 5 to 7 with free tastings. You're going to love it.
Want to try Black Rifle coffee but don't want to order online? Tactical in St. Peter's has every flavor in whole bean, ground, and K-Cups. This is Sig Glockencolt. Black Rifle coffee is to coffee what Tactical is to Black Rifles. Just off Highway 70 in St. Peter's.
Honey, it's time. We can't put it off another year. If you've heard this from your spouse lately, then you've probably spent some time outside lamenting the condition of your home. Unattractive siding, old drafty windows. If you can't stand another season with these, call Banner Construction today. Banner is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor, which means we have the expertise to properly install top quality James Hardie fiber cement siding on any home. When you hire Banner, you're not just purchasing products. You're investing in 25 years of home improvement expertise with a company that cares about the final result. Banner also installs James Hardie's Beechworth windows. Beechworth windows are beautiful wood windows with maintenance-free exteriors. Compare to Marvin, Pella, or Renewal by Anderson, and you'll see that Beechworth has the best features from each brand, all in one incredible window. Don't put it off another day. Call Banner Construction at 314-569-1050 and have a Banner day. Call 314-569-1050.
Who wants to spend 2 or more years in braces? Now with Fast Braces, your time in braces can be measured in months, weeks, or even days. Hi, I'm Dr. Jay Omas with Advanced Dentistry of St. Charles. As an exclusive provider of the innovative Fast Braces and Fast Braces Turbo orthodontic systems, my patients can have their teeth straightened in less than half the time of regular braces and at almost half the cost. Fast Braces is comprehensive, non-extraction orthodontics, creating a fuller smile, enhanced airway, better bite, and a more stable result requiring minimal retainer wear. Fast Braces is also safe for children and adults of all ages. Got an important event coming up soon, or just dread the thought of wearing braces for years? Find out how quickly you can have straighter teeth and a terrific smile by visiting FastBracesUSA.com for your complimentary consultation.
Dr. Ohms practices general dentistry and has more than 25 years of experience in orthodontics and dental orthopedics. He is not only a senior master provider, but also the first and only turbo-certified Fast Braces provider in North America, designating him as the expert in Fast Braces technology.
The Annie Fry Show.
Huge news out of the Supreme Court with the announcement of Justice Kennedy's retirement. How quickly will the seat be filled? Plus, we'll get Tyrus's reaction on Maxine Waters' comments.
Annie Fry, weekdays noon to 3 on FM News Talk 97.1.
The only way you can take FM News Talk 97.1 with you is the radio.com app, available on your smartphone in the App Store. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
This hour, Making America Great, brought to you by Proctor Drapery, Blinds, Shades, and Shutters. Making your home great again. ProctorDrapery.com. It's Proctor, spelled like doctor.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
Hey, Tim Jones in for Marc Cox. Good morning.
Hi, Tim.
You guys doing good?
Yeah.
We're good.
We're good. Denise is
see ya.
freezing, but she's good. Is that blower
It's
still
not
on you?
nearly as cold as if Mark were here because you let us leave it.
I'm over here suffering.
Mark
I'm
and
in a
Katie
pool
will
of
have
sweat.
wars.
Tim's
Mark will come
sweating
in
over
and
there.
turn it. Katie comes in, she changes it. I stay out of it. I'm just cold.
Just all bundled up. Mama Kay actually tweeted out, everybody, there was a picture of Denise and Mark just standing
Yeah.
side by side. Mama Kay was like, everybody knows Denise is just trying to stay warm in that studio. I'm like, survival around here. It's cold.
And Ms. Mark,
Are
one
you
of those-
really hot? Is it hot in here to you?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay
Okay.
today. I dressed light
Like,
today.
I think it's comfortable, but I did break out the sweatshirt again. People probably think I wear the same thing every day if you're watching on the webcams because I leave this sweatshirt in my car, otherherwise I won't have it.
Yeah,
so
actually-
I have the
got
same
one of those,
sweatshirt
too.
on every single day.
I just threw on shirts and a t-shirt. I was like, I'm going to be chill. I'm like, no, I'm not going to be cool in the studio this morning. I'll be
We'll be
fine.
all right.
Yeah. Hey, let's get to Damon. Good morning, Damon.
Good morning.
What's up?
Can you hear me okay?
I can. We got 1 minute, Damon. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to call in and chime in and say that LBJ had it pretty much right when he said that you can convince the lowest white man that he's better than the highest man of color. You can pick his pockets, and he went even further, saying, hell, as long as you can give him somebody to look down upon, which is right about now, the immigrants, that he'll empty his pockets for you. And I think that's basically what we have going on in this country right about now.
Yeah, that's nice, Damon. You're playing the race card as usual. It's old, Damon. It's old. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, Damon. You know why?
Doesn't work with racists.
Trump has elevated more minorities than Obama ever hoped to do. And Damon, you're just wrong. Damon, Trump's spokesperson is a black woman, Katrina Pearson.
There were black people on the slave plantation.
Yeah.
Who kept blacks in line.
Hey, Damon, Damon, I got to run, but you just keep playing that race card, buddy, because it's a losing hand, Damon. It's a losing hand, and you just keep being a loser. Hey, we're winners here. We're going to keep winning straight ahead.
There's a real human cost to Missouri's opioid epidemic. Here's Attorney General Josh Hawley.
Every parent disabled by drug abuse is a tragedy. Every child lost to this epidemic is irreplaceable.
Josh Hawley is demanding legislation to crack down on illicit opioid sales and is taking on opioid manufacturers in court. Now he wants to do more.
I would like to see fully funded recovery programs for those who are suffering because of this epidemic, rehabilitation programs, job training programs, programs to help people get back on their feet and to help communities to heal.
Protect your family and your community. Call Josh Hawley at 573-751-3321 and urge him to keep up the pressure on opioid manufacturers and keep fighting for solutions to Missouri's opioid epidemic. Paid for by One Nation. www.onenationamerica.org.
You need to work with Thomas Helbig and the Retirement Advisory Group if retirement is on the horizon. What's the horizon? Oh, you're 59 and a half. You would like to retire in the next 5 years, or you'd like to retire within the next 5 years. If you know when that date is, Thomas Helbig is a man you need to have a discussion with. You go, you sit down with him, and it's pretty simple. He looks at what you've saved for retirement and helps you build a personalized, structured income plan that is not at the risk of the market, is not at the rising tide or the falling tide of the market. You know what your income is going to be each month. That matters. That's important when you give up a paycheck for the last time. You need to know how you're going to survive in retirement. Talk to Thomas about that. Let him help you as he's helped so many hundreds of other people who listen to this program. Stop and visit him. We'll give you a free copy of his book, The Boomer's Guide to a Worry-Free Retirement. 314 314-993-9494, 314-993-9494, or go to yourretirementkey.com.
Hi, Sean Long for STL FenceWorks. The secret formula to our success is the marriage of quality products and workmanship with next-level service unseen in our industry, all at a competitive price. These are characteristics that informed and diligent customers seek out, and our competitors cannot duplicate. When you think vinyl fence, think STL FenceWorks. We custom fabricate our own vinyl fence and gates to meet your needs. When you think aluminum and steel ornamental fence, think STL FenceWorks. We purchase truckload quantities, passing the savings on to you. Decks? STL FenceWorks is the largest wholesaler of Wolf cellular PVC decking products in the Midwest. Wolf has proven to exceed the quality and warranty of any other synthetic decking product, and our craftsmen will bring your vision to life. STL FenceWorks is the confluence of quality, service, and affordability. That's value. Give us the opportunity, and we will exceed your expectations. At STL FenceWorks, your satisfaction is our passion.
KFTK FM Florissant, KFTK AM East St. Louis, K254CR St. Louis.
The Marc Cox Show, brought to you by Thomas Helbig, the official St. Louis financial advisor of The Marc Cox Show.
Find everything Marc Cox at 971talk.com/Cox. FM News Talk, 97.1.
A radio.com station.
President Trump has a date with Vladimir Putin. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. He'll sit down with Russia's president in a few weeks. Fox's John Decker live at the White House.
The White House in a statement announcing that President Trump will meet with Russian President Putin on July 16th in Helsinki, Finland. The two leaders, according to the statement, will discuss relations between the U.S. and Russia and a range of national security issues. This will be the first summit between the two presidents since President Trump took office. The president tweeting this morning, Russia continues to say they had nothing to do with meddling in our election. U.S. intelligence agencies disagree. Dave?
Now, John, the president also was at a rally last night in Fargo, North Dakota.
Democrats want judges who will rewrite the Constitution any way they want to do it.
He says he'll pick a great Supreme Court justice to replace the retiring Anthony Kennedy using the same list of conservatives he had when he chose Neil Gorsuch. Democratic Senate Leader Chuck Schumer says that list was
selected by powerful special interests who will reverse the progress we have made over the decades.
He's also urging Republicans to wait for the election like they did in 2016, refusing to consider an Obama nominee. President Trump also tweeted again, calling the Russian investigation a rigged witch hunt as Republicans continue to demand documents about how the probe started and if there was an FBI informant. The head of the FBI and the Deputy Attorney General will both testify at a House hearing later this hour, the day after FBI agent Peter Strzok was questioned in private about his anti-Trump texts.
We heard from Republicans that based on what they heard inside, they still believe that political bias played a role in the Clinton investigation, and then by extension, the Russia investigation, because of Agent Strzok's pivotal role in both.
Fox's Catherine Herridge. Democrats call the Strzok questioning a farce, saying the Inspector General found bias was not a factor in the decision not to charge Hillary Clinton. This is Fox News, fair and balanced.
Can you tell if this burger contains bacteria that could cause kidney failure? Listen. Can't, can you? You can't see it either. There's only one way to tell if you've cooked meat and poultry to a bacteria-killing temperature. Use a food thermometer. It's not an extra step or a nice to have. Raw or undercooked meat may contain bacteria that can make you very sick or worse. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year, and roughly 3,000 will die. But you can keep your family safer by using a food thermometer every time. Learn more about this and other important information. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. That's foodsafety.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
97.1 News Time, 8:03. I'm Denise Schaefer. Here's the official forecast from Fox 2's Dave Murray. Scattered storms around this morning, then partly sunny, hot and humid this afternoon, high of 92. Clear tonight, low around 80. Mostly sunny, hot, humid tomorrow with a high of 98. It's 78 degrees right now, and this report brought to you by Advanced Dentistry of St. Charles. A heat advisory has been issued for the St. Louis area from today through Saturday and possibly into Sunday. The heat index will range from 100 to 110 degrees, and the humidity will be excessive. Police say a driver using fake emergency lights and a police siren to speed past traffic has been charged. Police were getting calls about the vehicle, and it was spotted again on I-70 near Cave Springs Wednesday morning. 25-year-old Michael Wallace has been charged with falsely impersonating an officer and driving with a suspended license. MoDOT is adding lanes to Route 364 near Mid-Rivers Mall Drive. The Page extension is now the busiest route between St. Charles County and St. Louis County. The number of drivers has more than doubled since the highway was completed a few years ago. Construction on the $1.2 million project will start in July. A new report draws a close connection between cancer and Coldwater Creek. The Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry conducted a 2-year health assessment and concluded that radioactive waste in the creek could have increased the risk of developing certain types of cancer for those who lived nearby or played in the creek. Another public meeting will be held from 5 to 8 tonight at St. James United Methodist Church in Florissant. This report brought to you by Page Publishing. Learn how to get your book idea published, sold online, and at bookstores. Call now for your free guide, 800-470-4833, 800-470-4833. 97.1 News Time, 8:04. It's 78 degrees. Sports is brought to you by STL Fence Works, where your satisfaction is their passion. The Cardinals lost to the Indians 5-1 at Busch Stadium last night. Starter Jack Flaherty went 4 innings, his shortest outing this season, as the Cardinals had their 4-game winning streak come to an end. Matt Carpenter walked, doubled, and scored, and Jose Martinez hit an RBI single. The Cardinals are off today and start a 3-game home series against the Braves tomorrow night. This report brought to you by RP Lumber, best service, best value. 97.1 News Time, 8:05. It's 78 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Sponsored by Meineke. Well, 270 on the northbound side, trying to make your way around 44 and on past 6440. That's the only slow stretch I see. Other than that, it looks pretty good through there. 270 southbound between 70 and Dorset is pretty backed up because of the construction issues. Using 141 or Lindbergh, a constant reminder, those are great alternates for you. In fact, they're looking really good and open for you right now. The inner belt on the north and southbound side around the Rock Road, northbound headed towards the airport looks pretty good. So if you have a flight out and you're using that and you were concerned, well, no need to be. It's completely wide open. On the southbound side, approaching 6440, looks like it's pretty decent there. On the Illinois side, well, as you try to reach the McKinley from Route 3, it's stacked a little bit, had someone stalled, but that is out of your way. Gearing up for a summer road trip, get your vehicle road trip ready with a free AC check or $19.95 basic oil change at Meineke. Book your appointment online today at Meineke.com. I'm Deetra Miles. 97.1 News Time is 8:06.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Some fast-moving thunderstorms around in the morning on Thursday. Then skies will clear out a little bit, partly sunny skies. 92 for the high during the afternoon. Then tonight, mostly clear skies. Very humid, 80. That's it for the overnight low. Friday and Saturday, all about pure summer. Sunny, hot, and humid, 95 to 100 degrees. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray for FM News Talk 97.1.
It's 8:06 and 78 degrees, and FM News Talk 97.1 is now available on radio.com. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
Hey, go to this website, 18northcentral.com, and check out the videos there on this iCombat tactical laser tag that they play at 18 North Central. It is a blast. Can I just tell you that? And the pun is intended because you're using laser-style weapons just like the military and the FBI use in training, and you're playing in an 8,000-square-foot arena with an upper floor and a lower floor and stairs you can hide behind and boxes and netting. I mean, the lights flicker on and off. It's incredible. It's incredibly real, and you come out of there with your adrenaline pumping, and you just have a great time. This is for adults. You have to be at least 14 years or older to take part. So it's like a playground for adults. They have cybersport bumper car and human foosball and all that stuff. It's out in O'Fallon, Missouri, just off Bryan Road. You're going to have a blast. You can make reservations to take a group. You can do team building out there. They have a banquet facility upstairs, and then you can go downstairs and do the team building later in the day. Check out 18 North Central, where groups go to have fun. 636-240-1800 or 18northcentral.com.
Earnings vary based on your effort. Message and data rates may apply. Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses right here in St. Louis? If so, we have an amazing opportunity for you. We're looking for a small group of motivated individuals to join our real estate investing team. You'll learn our simple 3-step system for flipping homes right here in the local area. This is Than Merrill, star of A&E's hit TV show Flip This House. My team and I are looking for a handful of people in the St. Louis area who want to learn how to make money flipping houses in your spare time using other people's money. St. Louis is a perfect market for my system, and this week I'm holding a free 2-hour educational workshop where you will learn how to make money flipping homes and how to build long-term wealth with income properties.
To get 2 free tickets to Than's workshop, text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000. Seating is extremely limited, so text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000 right now because this free ticket offer expires this Friday. Just text your zip code to 82,000.
Hi, Mark Goldstein here for Edwards Carpet. For our last holiday sale, we put together a great offer that slashed our margins, and it was so successful that the volume more than made up for it. If you missed out last time, here's your second chance. From right now to Sunday, July 8th, we're having our Independence Day sale. First, you'll get our all-inclusive pricing that includes carpet, pad, installation, the take-up and haul away of your old carpet, and the moving of your furniture, starting at just $2.99 a square foot. We're also offering special pricing on the newest thermal plastic-backed carpets and the newest waterproof floors. Then we make it even more affordable by giving you 12 months interest-free financing, and then you'll pay no tax. So long story short, super low all-inclusive sale prices, 12 months interest-free money, and no tax. Even if you're just considering new flooring, this is the opportunity to take advantage of. Look for our ad in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch or visit us at edwardscarpet.com. And happy Independence Day to the greatest country on earth.
Come on down to Edwards Carpet Stores.
FM News Talk 97.1. Facebook, Facebook.com/The Marc Cox Show.
Hey, good morning, my people. Tim Jones here for Marc Cox. It's the Marc Cox Morning Show here at FM News Talk 97.1. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Good. Boy,
How are you?
The day started out sunny, and now it looks like the sky's falling again.
Yeah, a little cloudy out there.
We're in this,
Some storms could be coming our way.
tropical pattern. It's been, weird.
And then so hot in the evening.
Yep.
Humid.
Almost
Was
passed
so
out at the
humid
swim meet last night. Yeah.
I got some misinformation, and not from Dave Murray, I'm sure, but I thought it was going to be in the mid-70s last night. So I go to the game in my jeans. I'm
Oh, yeah.
there to go.
Stuck to you.
Oh, I got home, peeling things off.
Yeah. Woo. A low of 80. That doesn't even sound
I
right.
know,
You
it
keep
doesn't
saying that,
sound right,
and it's
yeah.
just, it's like, I'm like, that's a typo. We wish.
Yes.
We wish. Hey, we've been talking about what a big week it has been from the Supreme Court. You don't hear from the third branch of government, but for every once in a while, you hear about the big cases when they're argued. I guess these cases were argued, 6 months ago or so. Yeah, and then
You almost forget about them for a little while.
you do
Mhm.
because they do the arguments and then they go to their offices.
Yeah.
And they research
Just
and
wait.
right away and. Everything from the travel ban being upheld to issues regarding, we had some religious freedom, couple of religious freedom cases,
Yes.
redistricting case. The majority of the cases have gone for the strict constructionist side of things. The Scalia's presence lives on in a lot of these cases. And one of those was the Janus case. And the Janus case is monumental because it takes us back to where I think the law should have been in the first place. Of course, the liberals are arguing it's an activist bench that has changed the law, but none of this, all of this law around labor unions and it all came from legislative action in the last century or so. And labor unions had a point and a purpose. They've kind of gone way beyond that. And one of those things has to do with people's wages and whether they have to contribute or not as condition of employment. So joining us now to talk about that, where this case started, where it ended up yesterday, and most importantly, what it means for the future of government union workers across the country is none other than Marc Janus himself. Marc, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us here on FM News Talk 97.1.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, Marc, for folks who think that Janus is, they don't know what a Janus is. A Janus is you, Marc Janus. Tell folks a little bit about your background and why you decided to bring this case.
Well, I started work for the state of Illinois approximately 11 years ago, and nothing was said when I first came in and did all the usual HR paperwork. Anything about a union. And then lo and behold, on my first paycheck, there was a line item deduction called union dues. And I'm scratching my head saying, I never signed a pledge card. I never asked about the union. Nobody ever talked to me about the union. But here's this deduction. And so I asked my peers, and they said, oh, yeah, everybody has to pay that. It's, just comes out of your check, and it's automatic. And as I did a little bit more, investigation, naturally, being the curious sort that I am, I found out that there was state law, that the unions had mandated by legislation that everybody has to pay some kind of a fee to the union, whether they were a member or whether they were a non-member, and it just didn't sit with me very well.
Marc, every state is different. Every state's labor laws are different, but this is generally the case in most of the states across the country, isn't it? This situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's 22 states, which includes Illinois, where public sector employees are mandated to pay what's known as a fair share or an agency fee to the union, whether they're a member of the union or not. And because the point that has to be made here is that the unions themselves asked for all of this collective bargaining. They asked for the inclusion of all of us, whether we're a member or not, and they were able to get it. And so, therefore, they asked for it, they got it, and so now with this decision that came down yesterday, the court says that that's no longer the case. We now, as workers, have the freedom to decide whether we're going to join the union or not. And, this hasn't changed anything in the collective bargaining area. Unions still have that right to collective bargain in the public sector. They still have the right of representation. It just gives the worker, individuals rights to choose for themselves instead of some other private entity like a union mandating what you're going to do and how you're going to do it.
And Marc, I would imagine that coming out of every single paycheck, every 2 weeks or whatever the situation may be, with all of the millions, possibly tens of millions of government employees across the country, that's a big chunk of change for the government union bosses to spend every year, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I don't have figures in front of me, but when you figure, like for myself, I'm going to round here, it's approximately $50 a month. So you take that times 12 times, in the state of Illinois, the thousands of union workers. Just do the math.
Well, Marc, I guess there'd be an argument if they were doing something for that was further benefiting you. But have you learned over the course of the last few years and throughout this case, where does all those millions of dollars go? What do they do with it?
Well, that's a good question because as part of our due diligence, we tried to get some accounting where this money is going, and it was the line items that they provided back to us, were rather nebulous and vague. In other words, you could interpret that line item in so many different ways, and there was really nothing specific, that went to where the money is going. So that was another area that, the transparency wasn't there. And so, therefore, that was another thing that I just didn't agree with.
Yeah, Mark, and the reason I asked you that question is because, the pushback from the union bosses on this is that, well, if people don't, if we don't have these wages, then people are part of our collective bargaining power, and so they're free riders. They use that free rider quote. So you're just, glomming off the system of them. But you would think, Mark, that if they were using these, if they could justify it, they would have told you that, right? They would have been proud to tell you what they're doing with these hundreds of millions of dollars they're taking from workers' paychecks.
Oh, absolutely. And they keep bringing up this free rider argument, but, my argument is this, because I didn't have a choice in where my money went, and how it was, and the fact that I had a choice as to whether I wanted it or not, they're free riding off of me, myself, and the 5 million other public sector workers in 22 states. And this case is not me. I mean, yes, I've got my name on it, and I'm the guy that took it all the way to the court, along with my attorneys and the like. But the question is, if the union has such a very, very good product, just like an automobile, a dishwasher, or any other product you buy in the marketplace, why do they have to force people like myself to pay money to a union?
Yeah, you would.
If they had a good product, wouldn't I voluntarily want to join the union? Wouldn't I voluntarily wish to pay them, and they wouldn't have to coerce me into paying?
Yeah, Mark, I know you worked with the good folks over at the Liberty Justice Center on this, and they've got that very simple statement on their front page. It says this case is about the Supreme Court deciding whether people who work for the government can be forced to give money to the government union just to keep their jobs. That was the simple premise upon which the case was presented to the Supreme Court, right?
Exactly, yeah. See, because the Supreme, I should say the First Amendment says freedom of association, and I look at it as a contract with the people in the United States. It's not a suggestion, it's there. And the fact that I didn't have that freedom of association to, choose whether I want to be a part of it or not be a part of it, that's the part that I didn't like.
Mark, what do you think the case turned on? Why do you think the majority of the court agreed with you? Because there was another argument that this was overturning precedent from a previous case called the Abood case, which is some 50 years old, and I think the court had to deal with that on the front end. Their attorneys, I'm an attorney by trade. I don't think you are, but I know a little bit about, the court starts with, okay, what's the precedent? And there is some precedent in this case, but the court decided to reject that precedent. So did you come to an understanding of how they were able to move past that and why they made this decision?
Well, not exactly, because that's more of a legal issue.
Sure.
Of course. But I think what they chose to look at, and I think it was Justice Kennedy that made the question in the oral arguments last February, where he asked the union, he said, well, if we decide against you in this case, doesn't this simply mean that you're going to lose a lot of your political clout? And the union attorney said yes. And Justice Kennedy said, well, case is over. That decides it.
Boy, isn't that a telling statement, Mark? And so, Mark, going forward, what do you think this will mean for, most importantly, workers who work for the government, which honestly, they have that job because of the taxpayers, but also the strength and weight and power of unions in the political arena?
Well, I think what it's going to do, and Randy Weingarten, who's head of the teachers union, she said it very plainly on the Supreme Court steps right after the argument. She said, well, if we lose, I guess we'll have to do a better job of communicating with our members. And of course, I'm scratching my head at that remark, because I'm thinking, shouldn't you have been doing this all along from day one? Not only teachers, but AFSCME and all SEIU and all the other public sector unions. Whether you're a firefighter, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a government worker like myself, and all the other public sector. Shouldn't there have always been this transparency and all this communication that should have been happening from day one?
Well, Mark, that's such an excellent point, because in my experience, also as a former legislator, unions do a great job and I got to give them credit for this. I don't like it, but I got to give them credit. They basically carve themselves out of anything regarding campaign finance or restrictions on their giving. And this really just, Mark, if nothing else, this simply levels the playing field and makes them work for political dollars just like everybody else in this country has to.
Exactly, yes. In other words, they're going to have to go out and work for the donations, from people, just like every other entity, has to work for their donations. And that could be, and you could also extend that into like charities and in a lot of other areas, the unions have been the ones that have, gotten this free ride on an awful lot of us workers for years, and now they're going to have to go to the marketplace just like everyone else, and they're going to have to make their point and prove that this amount of money that we pay them is really worth it and is going to do the best good for the individual.
Mark Janus succinctly stated, and yes, even though I know you truly do feel this way because I've heard you many times talk about this. This wasn't just about you; it was about all government workers. But I do want to thank you and give you a lot of credit for the courage in carrying this through. I know it was a long haul, but I really think the right decision was made yesterday. So congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, Mark. And I'd love to talk to you again in the future, and best of luck to you and as we move forward and see what the future holds for all of us.
Great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you. That was Mark Janus of the Janus v. Ask Me case. Wonderful, not non-lawyerly explanation of what he was facing, why he did this, and the outcome potential ahead. Tim Jones in for Marc Cox. We've got Keith Hall coming up talking about the Wayfair South Dakota case. Are you going to pay more taxes on your online purchases? That's what Wayfair versus South Dakota was about. We'll talk to Keith Hall and more when we come up. Lots more straight ahead on the Marc Cox Morning Show. Tim Jones in for Mark at FM News Talk 97.1.
97.1 News Time, 8:24 at 78 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. St. Louis County Executive Steve Stenger will hold a press conference this morning to announce a new plan to fight the ongoing opioid epidemic. A heat advisory has been issued for the St. Louis area from today through Saturday and possibly into Sunday. MoDOT starting a $1.2 million project in July to add lanes to Route 364 near Mid-Rivers Mall. In sports, the Cardinals lost to the Indians 5-1 last night. They host the Braves tomorrow night. This report brought to you by Enterprise Bank and Trust. Surprises related to cash and capital can put your wealth at risk. Learn how other privately held businesses are addressing cash flow blind spots at enterprisebank.com/cash and capital. 97.1 News Time, 8:25. It's 78 degrees.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Sponsored by Meineke, 270 northbound at 55-255, a broken down vehicle as you make your way through Flint Hill 61 on the southbound side at P. An investigation is underway, so that's why it's still closed. You're being diverted at Piney. If you're on the Interbelt northbound trying to make your way towards the airport, right around airport, it looks like everything is wide open for you. Gearing up for a summer road trip, get your vehicle road trip ready with a free AC check or $19.95 basic oil change at Meineke. Book your appointment online today at Meineke.com. I'm Deetra Miles. 97.1 News Time is 8:25.
I've shopped for jewelry here in St. Louis, and I find Diamonds Direct to have the most selection, the highest quality jewelry, and the fairest price.
Meet St. Louis native Holly Clark, who's wearing a beautiful designer ring with a halo setting from Diamonds Direct.
Other jewelry stores just had a few halo mountings. Diamonds Direct had thousands.
And at Diamonds Direct, she didn't have to settle for a knockoff mass-produced ring like you see at that other store, because only Diamonds Direct has all the top bridal designers like Tacori, Verragio, Simon G, Kirk Cara, Henry Dawson, the real deal, not the wannabes.
Other jewelry stores will have a few of the pieces. Diamonds Direct has them all. When you flip through a bride magazine, they have all the name brands. This is a candy store for any new bride.
And don't believe anyone who tells you you'll pay more for a designer engagement ring. At Diamonds Direct, we've got the lowest diamond prices in America, so you can get the diamond and the designer ring with no compromises and stay in budget. Diamonds Direct.
Don't go anywhere else.
Where St. Louis gets engaged. Olive and 270 at City Place.
Hey, with all these spring storms that are coming along, I don't have to worry about the rain, the wind beating against the side of my house, the ice when winter comes, because I've got Rhino Shield protecting the outside of my house. It's an exterior ceramic coating that's going to be on there permanently. It's a 25-year transferable warranty. I'm not going to have to paint my house again. I can pass it along to the new owner when I sell it one of these days. It'll go on anything on the outside of your house. That's for sure. It is 100% waterproof. It does block 90% of the sun's UV rays. They can put it on your home. They can put it on your church. They've got commercial applications for the top of roofs of businesses. They put this white coating on there. It cuts down on your utility bills. It's fantastic. You need to call them. Let them come to your house and show you the product and the before and after shots. Maybe they'll show you a picture of my house. This is more affordable than you might think. Just go to their website, which is easy to remember, 877-25rhino.com, or call them, 877-25-RHINO.
Stay in touch and up to date with the 97.1 newsletter, delivered straight to your inbox. Become a 97.1 Insider, and you can receive our weekly newsletter, local and national breaking news alerts, plus exclusive offers from 97.1 advertisers. Don't miss out. Sign up now at 971talk.com. The only way you can take FM News Talk 97.1 with you is the radio.com app, available on your smartphone in the App Store. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
You've heard me talk about the Institute for Natural Health. I'm telling you what, you're going to love this place. It's going to open your eyes. The Institute practices true functional medicine, and they have the training and the experience to get it done. I've been there. I've toured the facility. I've met with the doctors. The staff's made up of medical doctors, of some chiropractic, and the nurses who are on hand who've seen it all. And here's what they've determined: that the current healthcare system is broken and you need a new approach, a new way of thinking. 6 of the top 7 causes of death in the U.S. are lifestyle-driven. Think about that. What do we need to do differently? What they do there is functional medicine, like I mentioned. It's common sense, science-based healthcare. Maybe you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. You go to your regular doctor. They give you more medication on top of the medication you're already taking. Take control of your health. If you want to feel great, talk to the doctors at the Institute for Natural Health. Get healthy and stay healthy. Call them at 314-293-8123 or go to their website, theinstituteofnaturalhealth.com.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Weather with Dave Murray.
Some fast-moving thunderstorms around in the morning on Thursday. Then skies will clear out a little bit. Partly sunny skies. 92 for the high during the afternoon. Then tonight, mostly clear skies. Very humid. 80. That's it for the overnight low. Friday and Saturday, all about pure summer. Sunny, hot, and humid. 95 to 100 degrees. I'm Fox 2 meteorologist Dave Murray for FM News Talk 97.1.
Get out of debt with Golden Oak Lending. With today's low mortgage rates in the 3s and increased home prices, now's the time to get low-interest money. Call Golden Oak at 314-567-GOLD, NMLS 114937.
I'm Jennifer Kushinka with Your Money Now. Amazon is pushing further onto the turf of its shipping partners, UPS and FedEx, enabling small businesses to carry its overflowing supply of packages in the all-important last delivery leg to the consumer's door. Amazon says it's inviting entrepreneurs to form small delivery companies employing up to 100 drivers and leasing between about 20 and 40 Amazon emblazoned vans, an initiative that should help it rapidly build out its own delivery network across the country. The maker of Jack Daniel's whiskey says it's dropping its long-running sponsorship of Alaska's 1,000-mile dog race. The action by Louisville-based Brown-Forman follows a tough year for Iditarod organizers who have faced financial hardships, loss of other sponsors, and the first-ever dog doping scandal. Jack Daniel says it decided to shift most of its marketing efforts to a partnership with the NBA. Crude oil trading at $72.57 a barrel. Futures on Wall Street are lower. That's Your Money Now.
A lot of people have life insurance through work. It's a great short-term benefit, but is it enough? A lot of those policies only cover a year's salary. Not enough to pay off mortgages or send kids to college, the things life insurance is meant for. That's where SelectQuote comes in. SelectQuote is your personal life insurance guide. They get multiple quotes to find you the best price from the highly rated companies they represent. John is 36 and in excellent health. He got a $500,000 policy for under $20 a month. Life insurance is about peace of mind, not a false sense of security. Which are you getting?
Call SelectQuote now at 1-800-707-6688. That's 1-800-707-6688. Or get started at SelectQuote.com. 1-800-707-6688. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at selectquote.com/commercials. Or price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Your Money Matters, brought to you by Fisher Window and Door Store, your dealer for Marvin Windows and Doors in the St. Louis region. FisherWindow.com. Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Sponsored by Smart Fares, 270 on the southbound side to take the ramp to 6440. Right there is a broken down vehicle. It's causing a little bit of a slowdown, but nothing to panic about. 270 northbound is a little bit hectic right before you get to Manchester, but once you pass 6440, it does open up for you completely. All across the map, really looking good. 5544, where they merged to take you downtown. I'm not showing any heavy delays there. Of course, still shut down on 61 southbound through Flint Hill around P. You're being diverted at Piney because of an investigation there. Want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets? Smart Fares can save you up to 70%. Call for special unpublished rates and save hundreds at 888-789-5040. That's 888-789-5040. I'm Deetra Miles. 97.1 News Time is 8:33.
Well, don't take my word for it when I tell you how great ThrottleNet is. Just listen to one of their clients, RBO Print Logistics, so you can understand there's a lot of technology involved here. The folks at ThrottleNet were able to go in there, help them deal with daily backups so that their projects are always on time, no matter what. ThrottleNet went in and helped them with monitoring systems that are in place to protect against viruses and also to protect their clients. And that's important to any business. You need to concentrate on making your business work. You need to concentrate on making money. You don't have to take time out to worry about inconveniences like somebody trying to hack into your system or, an employee maybe falling for some sort of a scam. ThrottleNet educates your employees as well. They provide you with 24-hour-a-day, 365-day-a-year local support. It's not outsourced. They can give you peace of mind to ensure that your company is prepared no matter what happens. So call them at 866-826-5966 or go to their website, throttlenet.com.
Get out of debt with Golden Oak Lending. With today's low mortgage rates in the 3s and increased home prices, now's the time to get low-interest money. Call Golden Oak at 314-567-GOLD, NMLS 114937.
The Cards host the Braves the weekend of June 29th, and there are great promotions all series long. Friday, it's the all-over Prince shirt presented by Shane Company, and Saturday is the Carlos Martinez Mystery Hair Bobblehead, courtesy of AT&T. Sunday wraps up the weekend when all fans will take home a Cardinals bucket hat thanks to Coca-Cola and Powerade. That's June 29th through July 1st. Get your tickets at cardinals.com/promotions.
Hi, fans. This is Tyler Lyons.
The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Lyons strikes out Gorky Hernandez. A sensational curveball.
On Sunday, July 1st, we host the Atlanta Braves. Coca-Cola and Powerade are sending adults and kids home that day with their very own bucket hat. We know how hot summer days can be in St. Louis, and that's why you need to add a bucket hat to your collection. That's Sunday, July 1st. Get your tickets at cardinals.com/promotions. There's only one, Cardinals Baseball.
Watch the Marc Cox Show live on the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox. Log on to our website or use your mobile device to join the daily live stream and watch the show. It's the Granite Transformation Studio Cam at 971talk.com/Cox.
Are you ready for a grand adventure this summer? Get behind the wheel of a new Land Rover Discovery from Land Rover St. Louis. It's the perfect time to try something new and save more than $5,500 off MSRP on a brand new 2017 Discovery. That's a huge savings on a vehicle that has the power and capability to take you on your next adventure. At Land Rover St. Louis, a Plaza Motor Company, on Olive Boulevard in Creve Coeur. Stock number HA043491, MSRP $71,264. See dealer for complete details.
Dear beloved home, you've always been there for us. So many special moments and memories. Now that our kids are older and no longer in the backyard, it's time for you to become a reflection of who we are today. Exteriors by Mosby came in, designed the perfect outdoor kitchen, pergola, and entertaining area for us to have our friends over for dinner parties. Thank you, Exteriors by Mosby, for the next era of memories.
Call 909-8383 or visit exteriorsbymosby.com. Exteriors by Mosby.
Home never felt so good.
Hey guys, Glover here with my very, very good friend, Dr. Kathy Maupin at BioBalanceHealth.com. If you have reached that certain age and you're just not feeling very well and nothing's working the way it used to work, go see Dr. Kathy. She is not only a medical doctor, she is a patient of this bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. It absolutely works. It's a long-term solution. She is an artist when it comes to helping you with your hormones. BioBalanceHealth.com for Dr. Kathy Maupin.
Marc Cox. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797. This is the Marc Cox Morning Show. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797.
But I can't feed on the powerless when my cup's already overfilled. Yeah. But it's on the table, the fire's cooking.
Justice Scalia.
May he rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace. Before he passed away, obviously, told me that Justice Kennedy told him that as soon as there was a Republican president and a Republican majority in the Senate, he was ready to retire.
It was Judge Knapp on the Kennedy retirement.
Yeah.
Interesting comment there from Judge Napolitano about what Kennedy was what his mind frame was going into this year. It's interesting that Kennedy apparently still retains his roots. He's been a swing decision maker on the court, but he's retained his roots from the Reagan nomination, and he basically felt comfortable in retiring and enjoying those retirement years as long as there was a Republican president. And the court looked like it was heading in the right direction, which I think this week it did. Except for there was a decision last week, and we're going to talk about this decision with Keith Hall, who's our next guest. He's the president and CEO of the National Association for the Self-Employed, NACE, N-A-S-E. You can go to their website, nace.org, on what small businesses need to do to protect themselves after a ruling that, I thought it was a great Supreme Court term, except there's always exceptions. And this was one of those that made us scratch our heads a little bit. The South Dakota versus Wayfair ruling. Let's bring in Keith Hall and talk to him about that right now. Keith, thanks for joining us here at FM News Talk 97.1.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So, Keith, I'm actually an attorney by trade, and I was also in the legislature here in Missouri, and I work with a lot of groups now like ALEC and Americans for Tax Reform. And so we were all watching the South Dakota versus Wayfair case with great interest, and I can tell you we were all disappointed in its ruling, and I think you and your members were as well. Tell us what South Dakota versus Wayfair was about and what the decision was.
Well, the key point is basically consumer sales. For a long time, sales tax has been a major factor for the funding of many, many states. It's the money they use to pay policemen and build roads, and it's certainly important. But basically, it was provided for sales within a state. And that kind of made sense, 20 years ago, even 15 years ago. But as the world has become smaller due to technology, most internet sales companies sell everywhere. I mean, they've expanded their markets not just nationwide, but worldwide. And that has had a dramatic impact on state revenue. So I think what we're seeing here is an attempt by states to recapture some of that revenue that's being lost for consumer sales that are crossing state lines. It is confusing. It's complicated. It seems like anytime you get tax involved, whether it's IRS or state, it's never easy. But it's certainly complicated, and I get the idea of the revenue part, and I know states need to survive, and we need all those important services. But at some point, the complexity that could potentially be involved here could be dramatic. And I think that's the thing our members and most small business owners are concerned with. Is it's one thing to collect and remit sales tax, and we get that. But the worst part is the potential compliance issues here. I mean, in theory, if all the states do the same thing, think about a small business owner in St. Louis having to file monthly sales tax returns in 45 different states.
Right.
I mean, that would be disastrous.
Right. So, Keith, yeah, most people what Wayfair basically decided was that the states may require folks to pay sales tax to businesses via internet purchases, no matter if that company has a nexus or a brick and mortar store or a connection in any way whatsoever to the state, right?
That's exactly correct. Again, back in the day, you had a storefront. People came in, you sold them products, you collected sales tax, remitted to the state, and everybody was happy. Technology has certainly expanded markets, which has been great for the economy, of course, great for small business, great for job creation, but it kind of muddies the water on where that nexus can be, should be, and whether those sales are subject to the sales tax for those areas.
Yeah, and Keith, I think the conventional wisdom is from states is, oh, yippee, we have a new revenue source, and it'll just magically come in. And folks have made the argument that, oh, this is so great for businesses and states, and this will help level the playing field with the internet competition. But flipping that around, Keith, I think the thing that's been lost is what you're talking about. It's not magic. The businesses are going to have to figure this all out. And a lot of these businesses are small mom and pop shops. So, yes, they're going to have to know the tax laws in the 49 other states that they may or may not do business in.
And that's exactly correct. And, most small business owners don't have a staff of attorneys and accountants and economists to help them deal with all that stuff. They basically are completing those returns themselves. And this could be something that would be dramatic. Now, I'm convinced, as we visit across the country and we talk to our members, we talk to other small business organizations, the number one asset that most small business owners have is their time. And this is where the rub could come into play with this new ruling, or this potential new ruling, is as this uses up the owner's time, that limits them from getting another customer, solving another need, creating another job, and that can only be a drag on the economy. Now, to me, the good news is this is just one state, one ruling. This is just the beginning. What I would encourage every small business owner who is listening to do is contact your congressional member. Let them know that this is not about the money. It's not about your state's 5%, 6%, 7%. It's not about the sales tax. This is about compliance and about time. And it may sound cumbersome to talk to your congressional representative, but it's very easy. You can actually go to our website at nase.org, many others as well. We have a legislative action center. Basically, click on a button, put in your zip code, and you will have an email form to contact your congressional leaders. If you're a small business owner, let them know that this needs to be simplified. Congress needs to step in, and if we're going to do this internet sales taxation, make the process easy. That's the most important thing here.
Yeah, speaking to Keith Hall, the president and CEO of the National Association for the Self-Employed, NACE, NASE.org. A lot of great information on that website. Keith, last question I had for you was, so what do you think happens next? I mean, are states already passing laws? I think we had something in Missouri this year kind of setting things up for this. What is the next steps? Are state governments going to start passing laws to collect this revenue and I guess spend it? Probably not give it back to the taxpayers. Is Congress got something in the pipeline? What is the next thing?
Well, I think there are a number of states that were basically watching for this ruling. And I think the paperwork's already in place. I think we're going to see a plethora of states following suit to then organize this collection process. And again, the key point here is the ruling just allows for this process. Mm-hmm. There is no process in place. There's no calculation. There's no form. There's no money. There's no phone number to call to complain yet. There's nothing yet to do, which, again, I think the most important thing we as small business owners, we as even consumers can do is let our congressional representatives in D.C. know how important this is. Again, not even about the money. We don't want to begrudge the states their money. I get that part. But if we're going to do this, do not turn this into the compliance nightmare there.
Right.
That can put a drag on the economy. That's the thing that I'm afraid of most.
Yeah, you'll end up hurting the businesses that people say that this is designed to help. So, exactly. So, hey, Keith Hall, great speaking with you this morning. Folks, you should go to the website of the National Association for the Self-Employed. A lot of great information on there. You do need to contact your congressperson, your senators on this. Go to NASE.org, NASE.org. Keith Hall, thanks so much for spending time with us this morning and giving us such great information on this very complicated topic.
Thanks so much. Keep up the good work.
Hey, thank you. Have a great day. Tim Jones in for Marc Cox. We'll be back with your phone calls, 314-241-9797, 866-455-9797. Got Dan and guest buddy Steve hanging on. We'll get to you gentlemen when we come back. Give us a ring here. We got lots more straight ahead on the Marc Cox Show. Tim Jones in the big chair. FM News Talk. That's a one.
Follow the show on Facebook. Facebook.com/The Marc Cox Show.
97.1 News Time, 8:48. It's 78 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. St. Louis County Executive Steve Stenger will hold a press conference at 10 this morning to announce a new plan to fight the opioid epidemic. MoDOT is starting a $1.2 million project in July to add lanes to Route 364 near Mid-Rivers Mall Drive. In sports, the Cardinals lost to the Indians 5-1 last night. They're off today. 97.1 News Time, 8:48.
Traffic from the Deck and Patio Living Traffic Center.
Sponsored by Meineke. Well, it looks like everything is pretty much smoothed out across the map. Of course, still a closure, 61 southbound through Flint Hill around P, being diverted at Piney because of the investigation that's ongoing. No word yet when they'll have that completely wide open. On the northbound side, still a little bit of an onlooker delay there. Headed downtown, 70 eastbound looks pretty good. We had an issue before Grand that has since been cleared. 5544, again, headed towards downtown, looks pretty open as well. Looks like a new problem developing on 270 on the eastbound side around Riverview. So if you're using that to make your way over to East St. Louis, you may have a little bit of a delay because of it. Gearing up for a summer road trip, get your vehicle road trip ready with a free AC check or $19.95 basic oil change at Meineke. Book your appointment online today at Meineke.com. I'm Deej for Miles. 97.1 News Time is 8:49.
Well, vacations are great for everyone. It's that time of year, let's face it. If you've got a loved one that you keep at home, that you look after, that's close to your heart, it makes it difficult to get away. Let's face it. The Garden View Care Centers provide vacation stays, which is pretty awesome. And when you go there, you go on vacation, your loved one goes to Garden View, it's like they get a vacation of their own because there are spa facilities and accommodations and fun activities, and they're going to enjoy it as much as you are.
And another great thing about the Garden View Care Centers is they also offer both assisted living and skilled nursing all in one place. So whether your loved one needs, a short-term stay or a long-term stay, and as their disease progresses, they don't have to move, which is, again, something that's very, very important for the residents there. You don't want to have to go to a new facility. You don't want to learn new people that live there, new staff members. So it's just a really comfortable environment at the Garden View Care Centers.
I call it the Richard Winter difference because he runs Garden View Care Centers and he makes sure that they meet his level of standards. And you're going to appreciate that if you've got a loved one staying there. Go there today. Take a tour. You'll see the difference. It's gvcc.com.
You've heard that mortgage rates are rising after a decade of historic lows. You think you've missed your chance to buy new. Not with Lombardo Homes. Purchase a Lombardo Quick Close home now and receive a 3.75% fixed rate mortgage on Quick Close homes and $3,000 towards closing costs. Or if you're buying a new build home, Keller Williams' The Wilson Group will list your current home at the reduced rate of 3.5% and give you $3,000 in closing costs. But hurry, you can only score this jackpot of an offer if you purchase in June. Visit LombardoHomes.com for more information. Certain qualifications and restrictions apply.
Are you nearing retirement and wondering if you can afford to retire? Are you worried that you won't have enough income in retirement to live the same lifestyle as you are now? Are you also wondering how the stock market will affect your current retirement plan? This is Thomas Helbig of the Retirement Advisory Group, and we'd like to show you the kind of income your retirement accounts can provide, whether you're retiring now or even in the next 5 years. Call us now at 314-993-9494 for a no-cost, no-obligation financial review. We'll build your own personalized structured income plan that will show you exactly the type of retirement you can count on. And just for coming in, we'll give you a copy of my best-selling book, The Boomer's Guide to a Worry-Free Retirement. We've been helping retirees and pre-retirees achieve a worry-free retirement for 30 years. Call us now at 314-993-9494. That's 314-993-9494 or visit yourretirementkey.com. Once again, that's 314-993-9494 or visit yourretirementkey.com.
The only way you can take FM News Talk 97.1 with you is the radio.com app. Available on your smartphone in the App Store. Download the radio.com app today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
FM News Talk 97.1.
I hear the drums echoing tonight, but she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation.
This is the Marc Cox Morning Show.
She's coming in 12:30 flight.
Yeah, it's Tim Jones in for Marc Cox. Got you a little Weezer this morning. Wrap up your morning.
This is good.
Trisha's got a great Weezer story, but we can't tell it.
Oh, you even went there a little bit, Tim.
I did.
Can't tell you anything.
We're out of time. We're out of time. I gotta get these phone calls in.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
But it's weird that this is Weezer, isn't it?
It is. I mean, because I love this song.
Yeah.
I know it kind of got ruined by, there was some parody of it that was
Bob
going.
and Bev.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. So it's nice to hear someone redid it in a nice way.
It's a great song.
I was saying, I didn't know they were so harmonic, because of the whole, destroy my sweater,
Yeah, I didn't like Weezer early on. That song annoys me.
They're very hit and
but
miss for me.
Some of their newer stuff I like. This sounds good.
Yeah, this is a great song.
This isn't so the nasally, my sweater.
Right.
My sweater.
Bad and bougie. Yeah. It's our greatest hits. Oh, man. I cannot believe it's 9 o'clock almost.
I know.
It's unbelievable. Let me try to get to poor Gas Buddy Steve, who's been hanging on since 5 a.m. So, hey, Gas Buddy Steve, how you doing?
It hasn't been that long.
Hey, sorry, man. We had a full morning. Go right ahead.
That's okay. Hey, I want to put something out. I'm hoping that the people that are running for Senate against Josh Hawley are listening to the program right now, because I'm going to give them all a real good piece of information. Number one, Josh Hawley is running an ad that sounds a whole lot like Claire McCaskill about we're going to get full funding for this or that. Where's that funding going to come from?
Mm-hmm.
Second thing, these people have to all realize if they're all in the race, none of them have a chance. They need to all get together, have a meeting together or whatever, and figure out who has the best chance to go against Josh Hawley and actually win. Because as long as they're all together, they're giving Josh Hawley that spot.
Yeah,
so there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, Steve, you're right. I mean, anytime you've got a 4 or 5-way race, it becomes a real crapshoot. And so you're right. You split the vote out. You split that pie down every time in smaller pieces. So, yeah, well stated, Steve. And hey, thanks for calling the show, for hanging on for so long. We'll definitely talk again. Yeah, you too. Take care. Try to squeeze one more call in here real fast. Dan, good morning. Welcome to the Marc Cox Morning Show.
Yeah, I was hoping to talk to the last gentleman, but it seemed like to me if I go to Fairview Heights and I buy something from Best Buy and carry it back to Missouri, I'm still paying Illinois tax. It seemed like to me that it depends on where the product is why the sale. I don't understand why the sale would be considered in South Dakota. Because the product is in Washington, because you bought it from Amazon.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Yeah, interesting point, Dan. I don't know why the court answered the question that way. I'll definitely keep that in mind, and I'm sure I'm going to have some lawyers on again, I'm sure, in the next few days, and we'll be talking about the Wayfair case some more. So, hey, I appreciate it. It's a great question. Thanks for asking it, and thanks for listening.
All right, thank you.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, so I think we're about done, right?
Yeah.
I got to wrap,
about 40
wrap things
here.
up. We've got a big show tomorrow.
We
All
sure
kinds
do.
of guests, including Senator Bob Onder. I believe Brenda Talent from Show Me's going to join us.
Annie Fry, Jimmy Carafano.
Jimmy Carafano, and it's Friday, so we'll have Annie Fry on as well. Ladies, thanks for making the first day so easy.
Well,
good to have you here.
Yeah, good to have you.
And for the next 6 shows.
I'll bring another jacket for Denise tomorrow and a fan for myself. Yeah.
There you go.
All good. Hey, you all have a great day. Kilmeade's up next, followed by Annie Fry, Dave Glover, and more. Tim Jones in for Marc Cox. Back tomorrow. Take care, y'all. Bad and bougie.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Mark Goldstein here for Edwards Carpet. For our last holiday sale, we put together a great offer that slashed our margins, and it was so successful that the volume more than made up for it. If you missed out last time, here's your second chance. From right now to Sunday, July 8th, we're having our Independence Day sale. First, you'll get our all-inclusive pricing that includes carpet, pad, installation, the take-up and haul away of your old carpet, and the moving of your furniture, starting at just $2.99 a square foot. We're also offering special pricing on the newest thermal plastic-backed carpets and the newest waterproof floors. Then we make it even more affordable by giving you 12 months interest-free financing, and then you'll pay no tax. So long story short, super low all-inclusive sale prices, 12 months interest-free money, and no tax. Even if you're just considering new flooring, this is the opportunity to take advantage of. Look for our ad in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch or visit us at edwardscarpet.com. And happy Independence Day to the greatest country on earth.
Come on down to Edwards Carpet Stores.
Only one place to remember for your weekend fun. That is Sugar Creek Winery. What a great time. Just saw a picture on Facebook yesterday of some friends that went out there over the weekend. There's live music every weekend you can enjoy. They're open from 11 to 6 every day, whether it's the weekend or not. You can go have fun at Sugar Creek Winery. Just 12 miles south there of 6440 on 94, about a mile and a half south of Defiance. Easy to get to. Sets up there on that Missouri River Valley, overlooking the river. Some beautiful vista views up there. You know, they do weddings as well, and you can have your wedding in one of 2 different locations on the property overlooking the valley. That comes with a wedding planner. You can't beat that. It's absolutely fantastic. They've been in business for 24 years at Sugar Creek Winery, and they do it right. They're open 11 to 6 every day. Go check them out on their website and find out more. SugarCreekWines.com.
Real men in the area share their thoughts about dealing with erectile dysfunction.
Before visiting the St. Louis Men's Clinic, I had the same feelings about my ED as everyone. Insecurity, fear, anxiety, shame, depression. I felt like I just wasn't as much a man as I used to be. I'll tell you, it seems like ED doesn't have boundaries. At some point, it affects all men in some form or fashion. It doesn't mean you're any less of a man, it just means you have ED.
Lou tried wave therapy from the St. Louis Men's Clinic, the most advanced, non-invasive ED treatment available.
After my visit, there was a massive difference. The results were there immediately, and I'm back to a more regular sex life again.
Be like over 20,000 men in St. Louis who have taken control of their ED by calling the St. Louis Men's Clinic. Call today to schedule a $99 office visit. 314-282-2600. 314-282-2600.
I got to tell you, I thought I was out of the game, but the personalized treatment I received from the St. Louis Men's Clinic changed everything.
KFTK FM Florissant, KFTK AM East St. Louis, K254CR St. Louis.
The Marc Cox Show, brought to you by Thomas Helbig, the official St. Louis financial advisor of The Marc Cox Show.
Find everything Marc Cox at 971talk.com/Cox. FM News Talk, 97.1.
A radio.com station.
What if the shoe was on the other foot? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Republican Bob Goodlatte, at the start of a House Judiciary Committee hearing into anti-Trump bias at the FBI, wondered if Democrats would be so dismissive
if text messages